Hello, internet friends, and welcome to Quests and Cthulhu. It is Saturday night. We are so glad you are spending part of your geekend with us. Thank you so much. We have all sorts of fun coming up. There's Dynamite. There's Elias in a dress. There's Abe once again in his right mind. There's just all sorts of you're right. Your mind is, I can't be as cracked as you, so we just have to.
It's my right, your left.
There we go.
There we go.
That is an early contender.
Just a few quick announcements before we get started. As always, our patron, our main sponsor, we love Birds of Paradise. This is a bird-friendly game right here. The Birds of Paradise are all over the place. You can go to their website. You can use our code, which you'd think I'd remember, but I never do. Chaotic,
I believe.
Chaotic, something with a chaos bird. I don't know. I think it was Cabbage Man. You can use Cabbage Baby. You can use our code Chaotic, and you get 15% off whatever you order. There are all sorts of dice there, more coming all the time. And then, you see Andrea is coming up with all sorts of crazy ideas for new stuff. We love Birds of Paradise. We love Nord Games. Our good friends at Nord Games, they do all the decks that we use in our various games. And you can use our code. I'm going to assume Cabbage Baby again.
Chaotic 20.
Chaotic 20. And you'll get 20% off whatever you get at Nord Games. And Thomas just held it up as if to remind me, tonight, this has nothing to do with Nord Games, but tonight we will be giving away that box of Beholder stuff on stream. Somebody is going to take an Eye Tyrant home tonight, and then you have to run a Spelljammer campaign. Are there any Githzerai in there as well? You can.
I don't think so.
Let's see, a Human Ranger and Boo, it's Minsk, Tiefling Paladin, an Orc Paladin, an Elf Bard, and a Beholder.
Wow, that party is going to have some trouble with a Beholder.
Yeah.
All right, so there you go. There everything you need to run a terrible Spelljammer campaign. No, it's D&D. All right, we have a few. We have shows this week, including Tuesday. It's finally happening. They said it couldn't be done, largely because it shouldn't be done. It is the end of season 1 of the Chaos Agents. Tuesday. Be there and find out who shot JR. That is going to be the big reveal. It was all a dream. So Tuesday.
Finally get that. I had somebody explain that entire thing to me once. I was like, I get it now. Totally get it.
That person must have been very confused when you asked them to unpack that.
But I did. I found out that a
30-year-old TV show.
Dallas, an entire season, was JR's dream. And it started in the shower. And apparently the next season started exactly in the shower. And he's like, whoa, that was a weird dream.
I love that you just explained it all to us.
Thank you. I appreciate that because I didn't know what the reference was.
Nobody else knows who JR is.
Coming up, Amy is going to explain to you the fabulous 80s TV show Automan. Stick around. It's going to be exciting.
No idea what that is. Sorry.
Oh, man. Automan was fantastic. Desi Arnaz Jr. and some random pretty boy who... Automan was a hologram, but he somehow was physical. And so it was... Oh, man. Automan. I think they canceled Automan during the first episode. I think it was like... Yeah, it was not great. Things I remember. Just wait until, speaking of bringing things back, Carbon 2185 returns to your Quests and Chaos airwaves on Wednesday and Thursday. It's a double header. 2 big episodes of Carbon 2185. This is going to be a new campaign that Warren has thrown together in England. And so, bring all of your, you have not lived until you've heard Thomas's English accent.
Oh, it's right. It's right. Amazing. It is.
Oh,
You're
please.
like Dick
keep
Van
it there.
Dyke
Yeah.
from like Mary Poppins.
Yeah, he's Mark Poppins.
Bippity boppity boo.
Maury Poppins.
Maury Poppins.
That's right, right there.
There you
Oh,
go.
man.
There you
An
go.
old Jew chimney sweep. An English old Jew chimney sweep. Oi, I gotta tell you, governor, you paid full price. So Carbon 2185, Wednesday and Thursday this week. Warren is back in the GM chair. It's gonna be you know, I'm actually looking forward. That means Warren's gonna do more of his weird side projects that I love. Warren's like animated bits, or like, you know, where he'll like fully produce a phone call or something. Those are so cool. I'm a big fan of those. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Warren does. And that, so, one last announcement. Thomas, our very own Thomas here, is going to be on March 3rd, which I guess is a few weeks away.
Yeah, it's a month away.
Month
Away. All right, that's good. He is going to be running a game for charity as part of Jasper's Game Day, which is a charity game day in support of charities that are trying to reduce teenage suicide, which you're not going to get a better outcome there. So tell us a little bit about the game you're going to run, Thomas.
Well, so the game I'm running is called Freelancer RPG, which is I guess sort of a industrial diesel punk game that has dogmen and mouse people in like this World War I era place with airships, and you are a freelancer working, you know, on behalf of whoever pays you. But it's a cool little world. It's a cool system. It is kickstarting at the February 9th, I believe the Kickstarter launches for that.
Nice.
But
and you got to didn't you get to do like a preview of that game or character creation?
We did, yeah. So we actually we played a game with some Patreon folks a couple months ago, and we shot a video of character creation and a small little combat that it's going to be on the Kickstarter itself. So that'll be coming out. But Jasper's Game Day right now, there's a bunch of cool GMs. So the people from Dat Network, Saving Throw Show, there's a bunch of DMs that are GMs, because most of these games are not Dungeons and Dragons.
Go on.
And right now, there's a eBay charity. So the link is !Jasper, takes you to the eBay page, and you can join some of those games by bidding on a chance to have a seat at the table.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so it's not a buy a ticket. It's actually you're auctioning the seats off. Yeah. That's great. That's a good way to raise money for charity.
I have actually already put in a bid for Jim from the Dat Network to play that game.
Nice. So information is in the chat about that. YouTube, you can go to it's it's quite a link.
It'll be in the description down below.
There we go. Perfect. So we hope that some of you can join us there to see what's going on and to try out new systems. It's a great way to try out a new system with GMs that know the system, other than Thomas, who's going to be learning it, you know. But do any of us really know any system? Who knows? All right, so that's announcements. So friends, follow us down darker trails. That will never get old. That is so cool. I'm a big fan of that image. By the way, Thomas is a special guest in the same way that like Abe Vigoda was a special guest on Barney Miller. He is He is a another 80s reference.
I'll explain that show next week.
Thank you.
Oh my god! If you can explain Barney Miller, wow,
Oh.
that is a weird show, man.
That's a depressing show.
It is. That is the definition of bittersweet comedy. Great show though. So Thomas is a special guest star, but he is a recurring guest star. He will be. He refused to take a picture for that front thing. It was. It's a little contentious. I don't like to bring it up, but he would not give approval of any of the images that we had of him to use in that, and so we bumped him down to special guest star.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Nick, we need to get you in the studio to take an actual photo of you.
We'll just use one of the frozen screens from last week.
Just wow. What I deserve.
Welcome, everyone, internet friends. This is Down Darker Trails. It's Cthulhu in the Old West. We are the Great Dane Society. Well, I'm not. I have nothing to do with them. I hear they're terrible people. They blow things up. There's, it's really bad. We have it's a special day because 2 years ago today, we ran the first episode of Masks of Nyarlathotep on Quests and Chaos. It only feels like 8 years ago. So we've been sitting across tables, real and virtual, from each other for 2 years, and that is awesome. So last week, things went predictably well, and everything's fine. You were in a mine, and you found poor Jared got his neck broken almost immediately, and hung around a surprising length of time for someone whose neck was broken. And you ended up traversing down into the mine further and further. You found all sorts of weird stuff, including Jared, who is back amongst you, seemingly none the worse for wear, and also none the wiser that his neck has been broken.
Well, that was a different. No, that guy
was
dissolved.
clearly a
You
different
make it sound like they carried a broken neck Jared along.
It
We
was
never
clearly,
did that.
But
they found a new Jared. Their old one broke and then dissolved, and they found a new Jared. And
Yes,
they
Glenn.
also found some sort of weird dark force that told them to leave, and they said sure. And then they had some dalliances with dynamite that didn't go too well, and were unable to blow the mine up, and have left the mine in the greedy hands of the one claim jumper that's left. And I'm sure he's going to live a long and happy life.
I'm sure he'll be fine.
He'll be down in a couple days with plenty of silver, I'm sure. And then you returned to town and almost immediately wished you were back in the mine. Unfortunately, the paladin, Susanna, had as they were trying to figure out what was going on with Jared and where they were going and what they were doing, Jack Stratton was going out on some frontier justice on someone who had wronged him, and Susanna revealed herself as a federal marshal, which led to some escalations, and Susanna has taken the poor victim to the jail and put him in a cell, and is trying to fortify the jail cell for the attack that she is assuming is coming. Elias had an interlude with Sven Nielsen, who was trying to convince him to calm things down, and Elias was using it to establish direct cause for the lawsuit that he's going to bring at some point, apparently. And they danced around a little. I think that's the salient points. So I'm going to turn it over to Captain. We have an abacus back in the house, thank goodness.
It's over
it was
there
not the
somewhere.
same. Oh, the abacus is now part of the. Now it's just set decoration. She only. That boy, we oversold that one. Oof. All right, it's time for America's favorite segment in niche podcasting. Amy does math.
All right, today's math is pretty simple. Thank you, everybody, for donating in round numbers.
I saw one in there.
Somebody gave one.
I thank them personally in the chat, and then I'm going to move on because the one just throws all my math off.
Although I am always down. Metro Fox and Black Lives Matter. Thank you for saying that in the chat.
Yep.
Is somebody donating any dog coin to us?
Dogecoin.
Yeah.
Doge. It's
Is
not
that how
dog,
that's
it's
pronounced?
Doge.
I didn't know. All right.
Learn your internet.
Jeez.
All right. So Jay Matthews, I can't even remember the quote. It was so far back. Jay Matthews donated 1,000 bits to Ezra. You can't see this horse. Can't you see this horse?
I can't see this horse.
I can't see this horse.
That's the name of the next episode.
There you go.
You can't see this horse.
Magic.
Goodbye. The horse is gone.
You can't see this horse.
You can't see this horse, Jay Matthews. You are not allowed to see this horse.
It is the John Cena of horses.
All right, and then Slithy Toe, thank you for 1,000 bits to the players.
Woot, woot, woot.
Thank you kindly.
And then Tamagatora also likes to distribute cash and prizes evenly. 500 to Ezra and 500 to the players. And there's something about burning things down and whatnot.
To both of us, I think. We're both.
Yep.
Wow, I have 3
And,
bits. I'll never use those.
And the Dogecoin update, it's at 0.3 cents or 3 cents.
Wow.
Down
I
from
actually
its,
looked that
sort of
up.
know what
one
that
day
is.
high.
I have this. All I want now is I want a camera into the boardroom of GameStop, where like the director of the chair of the board of directors of GameStop, who they finally woke up, is just like, what now? They want us to open more stores? We're beloved again.
They were never beloved.
Yeah.
They were grudgingly accepted, I guess.
Yes.
Is how
Yes.
all right. So thank you all so much for the bits, for the likes, the subscribes, the witty comments, the repartee. We appreciate it all. So it is about 4:00 in the afternoon. You are, you're somewhat north. And so it's going to be light for about another hour and a half, 2 hours. And the
Good thing I loaded up all these horses.
oh yeah, Abe, you're going to be showing up behind the jail at some point with the horses.
Okay, that's fine.
You're
That's-
planning on stealing the horses.
I paid for those horses. I paid a lot of money for those horses. I consider it a rent-to-own program.
That was almost exactly what Ezra had you saying in the
Yes.
episode too.
Yes. That was perfect.
I think I said I rent with an option to buy, but yes, it's
Pretty much.
It's almost like he knows you.
All right. So yeah, things are. Elias is currently in a dress.
And wig and,
And
full
Yeah.
shorn legs.
Where's
I
your-
should make you make a luck roll to see if you have a mustache on or not.
I need to get your wig.
No, however, I am going to activate my special talent of Master of Disguise and spend the 10 luck
Yeah,
to get advantage on the disguise roll.
sure. Do it.
Mistress of luck at this
That
point.
is a lot of luck.
You're gonna need it in that dress, toots.
So basically, I'm going to say, I'm going to make you an offer. You can make one all or nothing disguise roll right now that'll tell us the quality of the disguise, or we can sort of do dueling disguise. We can make disguise rolls whenever you meet somebody to see what they think of it. Your choice.
Oh, oof. But I have advantage every time.
Yes.
Okay. So, and they have disadvantage, I believe, as well.
Yes, that's right.
So-
Books and then-
We can do it as it arises.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Just in case it comes up, what is your disguise skill?
disguise is. Oh goodness. I might want to rethink this plan.
I'm a
late.
master of
Commit to
disguise,
the
but I'm
bit.
not very
You're a
good
ma-
at disguises.
You're a master disguise with no points in disguise.
Well, it's 20. It's 25%.
But you got advantage. It'll be good.
Yeah.
Ah.
What could go wrong?
All
We
right.
need more
You
bits.
just jinxed it.
Yeah, I was
just
going to say,
jinxed it,
oh my
Nix.
gosh.
I
Oh my
thought that
gosh.
I
Oh
had
my
a
gosh.
40 in it. but okay.
Outstanding.
I thought
Oops.
you did have more in that. Oh well.
My writing is 60, so it's.
Break your way out of it, babe.
All right. So yeah. After the amazing theater that was the confrontation in front of the original, there has been the town is very tense and very quiet, and everyone is staying indoors. The streets are pretty empty. So, Jared, you were going back to like get Abe's stuff from the hotel, right?
I've been dragging it. They were having a discussion while I was dragging
Yeah.
stuff down the stairs. I've been
Yeah.
doing that.
And Susanna is at the jail. Abe is getting the horses. Jonesy and Elias, where are you two right now? Are you at the hotel? Are you at Pennebaker's
Yeah.
hotel? The
Yeah,
Pine.
because
Pine
I don't.
Lodge?
I don't know if we made a decision on what we were actually doing. Are we just? I mean, it looks like Jared's bailing.
Well,
I'm getting paid to do this.
yeah.
Abe's stealing
good.
horses to get out of town. I guess we're getting out of town.
That's what I've understood is that we are going to get out of town, and I have Susanna's things, so we'll not leave that behind. So I think that's what we're doing, but it depends if we get there and there's a showdown.
Yeah.
So I think we
Doesn't
better
it
follow
always?
them. We better follow them.
All right.
Okay.
So you come out of the hotel and make your first disguise roll.
All right. I have
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Give him some room.
I've got some. I have done a little bit of work with the dynamite as well. So there's some hidden
I don't
things
even
that
know
are
what
ready.
that sentence means.
Oh, that's a fail.
How bad?
65 out of 25.
All
I
right.
think
Well,
inspiration. Inspiration.
inspiration! You want to
Should
do
we
one?
you know what? I'm going to
Always
save
inspire
you
rolls with
your
advantage.
inspiration for something that matters. Swin fumbled. So
Okay.
you
Oh.
come out, and Swin, who has come back to his usual spot of leaning against the hotel, says, "Ma'am." So, and then he recognizes Jonesy, and he says, "Oh, I'm supposed to tell you that Mr. Stratton wants to speak to you, but keep it quiet."
Well, I have a date right now, so I don't want to go right now. I'll be back.
Yes. Shall we?
He looks at the woman and he says, "Well, okay, but you should really talk to him. I think he's trying to fix this whole situation."
Well, we can go over and eat in his establishment, yeah?
But we want to keep it quiet, huh?
Perhaps meet at the blacksmith's.
Oh, she's so smart, isn't she? We could meet there at the blacksmith's.
It's you should marry this lovely girl. You should marry her. You don't find women like this in this town.
Like, try and get away as
Yeah,
quickly as I
we're gonna
can. I
go.
don't
We're gonna
want to be
take
seen.
off. Well, tell him to meet us at the blacksmith's.
He says, "Well, okay," and he takes off. And are you guys going to the blacksmiths, or are you?
Well,
I'm gonna lean over and go, what are we doing?
I could go to the blacksmith and see what he says if you want to go over to see the sheriff.
I guess we do this.
I'm at the livery next door.
Okay. Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
All
over
right.
there.
Okay.
All right, so you head to the blacksmith's. The blacksmith's is essentially right next to the livery, and so you find Abe walking out with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 horses.
Oh, good. Good. I can get rid of some of this stuff.
And Abe, so you see Abe, make me a spot hidden roll.
Okay.
Elias, make me with disadvantage.
Disadvantage, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I love this.
It's a roll. Ooh. So I make it. I don't know what it is, but like I make it by like 35.
Wow,
so.
even with disadvantage. Whew.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, something you learn about Amy, if you do this long enough, spot hidden is always her highest skill.
Yeah. You got to see everything.
I failed.
All right. You see Elias and Jonesy.
Oof. Rough night.
Okay.
You're just hoping
Okay.
Jonesy realizes. Not give away the
No.
shocking ending of the crying game.
What I am going to do though is I am going to say, this is my date.
So you're dating Elias as a woman.
When you put it that way, it's weird. Okay,
ooh,
and I start loading up some of my stuff onto the horse.
So are we picking up Susanna and getting out of town? What's happening here? I mean-
Stratton is going to come and talk to me. At the blacksmith shop. He says he want. His Sven said he want to make it better for us. So I want to hear him first, but I still think we probably will go.
Did you ask him to come alone?
Like he's going to come alone.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to take the horses and tie them up out of sight.
Okay.
And then I'm going to look for a place to kind of hide so I can hear what's happening in case they need me to jump in and save the day like I don't know how to do.
Have you seen Jared? He had your stuff.
Jared
I
is
haven't seen him
mostly to the jail by now.
yet. Okay.
Why would I? No, I'm waiting for the horses, right?
Well, the horses are going to the jail.
Yeah, but the horses haven't gotten to the.
Oh, I see. You're waiting at the hotel. Okay.
Mhm.
Totally. Yeah. All right. So, about 10 minutes later, Swin comes walking down the street, like making a show of like looking in windows and not being clear where he's going. And he looks around and he like darts into the blacksmith and he looks around and he once again goes, ma'am,
Where is he? You said he want to talk.
well, he can't come here. This is a Stillwater. This is a Pinnabaker place. And he looks at the blacksmith.
Okay.
He can't. He's uncomfortable talking in front of one of Mr. Pinnabaker's men.
I thought this would be a good spot. All right. Well,
But maybe you and your lady friend will come with me. We're gonna go to it's he's not smart enough to know the nerd word neutral. Look, we're going to a chow tent. It's not Pinnabaker, it's not Stratton.
chow tent. We could go to a chow tent. Which chow tent are we going? So Abe can hear.
No, come with me. Come with me.
Well,
And he just starts walking.
what do you think? What do you
Yeah,
think,
I guess-
babe?
I think we just follow.
All right. Then we go.
All right. Yeah, and so he leads you to a chow tent called the Chuck Wagon.
And I
And
see that from like, because I'll try and stay with them, but I don't want to go very far.
make me a luck roll.
I'm like, where's my luck?
Yeah, that's what we're hoping. Where's your luck?
Hold, please. Well, regardless of what this number is, it's 20. It'll be 20 something. So I already made it because my luck is 33.
All right, yeah. So yeah,
25.
it's not that far away.
25.
It's,
Got it.
Okay.
They're easily within view. You see which tent they go in.
Okay, so I'm gonna then circle back, grab the horses, and go get Jared
Okay.
in
So
a hurry.
you'll be showing up at a certain point.
Yeah.
All right. So you two come in, and the first thing that you see is a very scared cook who is like just sort of standing over his huge pot of like beans and meat that you don't want to think about, like looking terrified as the boss of the town, Jack Stratton, is sitting on a bench, just like with his hat in it. When you walk in, his hat is in his hands, and he's like, and he looks up and make a disguise roll.
Oh, yes, that is a 14.
Nice.
Ooh, a 14. All right. You beat
It's
his.
not, it's a regular.
Oh, is it? Okay. Then
Yeah.
he like he'll for a second he looks. Well, all right.
Hello, sir.
Sorry.
Less all right.
Just don't worry. This is my date for the night, and I did not want to leave her alone. So let's talk.
And then kind of like scouting the place out.
All right. It's a canvas tent with room for maybe 10 people in it. It is empty except for you, Stratton, Swen, and this poor cook who
Got it.
wants to be anywhere else. Look, I'm a man of vision. And we are, let's say, 5 years away from Colorado becoming a state. And I plan on being involved when it becomes a state.
Okay.
So I can't have a federal marshal dying in my town.
That'd be a good idea then. So what do you want me to do about that?
I want you to talk to the do-gooder. I want you to make an offer. I'm going to suggest that she becomes sheriff of this town. We could use a little law and order as long as it's aware of the margins.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I suggest both myself and Pennebaker each get one deputy. Keeps the balance.
Maybe this town isn't so wild after all.
We're just doing business.
It sounds like an interesting offer. I will take it to the marshal for you.
Look, I'm not a believer in ultimatums, but there's not a lot of ways this can go down that don't end bad. This is the way I see this, us getting out of this.
Yeah, there are many ways that this could be bad. I like your blacksmiths in town. I want to be one, but it's been rough here. This sounds like it might make it better. I will let her know.
All right.
There's, I'm sure some negotiation involved.
Oh,
The
please.
treatment or
Please.
the eyes watching was from Sven. Seems a little shady and underhanded.
Oh. Because Sven was outside when I came out and talked to us, she's not very happy. So I will talk to her to let her know.
What is it with women in your crew? And
Be
he
careful
says that
what you
like
say.
looking
Yeah.
right at he says that
Yeah.
looking right at Elias.
Yes.
Fair.
Well,
Do I know that he knows?
You have an inkling.
Okay. A mustache.
I mean, but once this agreement is in place, I'm going to need to know that I can trust the sheriff and that you're not working for Pennebaker. Oh, sorry. He always, I've forgotten this detail. He always calls him Penny Banker
Penny
derisively.
banker, right.
Oh, I like that.
Oh, the marshal works for the good.
That's what we all think.
But that's the way they are. They work for the good. So we'll have to work with Pennybaker too to make it. You even said two deputies. We have to
Right.
work with both. Are you going to be okay with that?
Yeah, but you got to understand, from my perspective, you come into town, you've got one of Penny Banker's old school friends. You immediately leave my hotel and go stay at his. You go on do jobs for him.
Yeah, yes.
You'll
well,
excuse me.
friend. Yeah.
You'll excuse me if I don't think there might be a hand on the scale here.
I see that. But yes, we did not know friend and friend. I did not know that they were friends.
Well, all
or
I'm saying
anything.
is you done him a solid. Now it's time for the scale to swing back. Now it's time to do Jack Stratton a solid.
What are you proposing for solid?
Wolf. Nothing right now, but just, I got one in the bank. Go
I will
go talk to your tin star.
Yeah, you have good day, sir.
I always do. And he'll like stalk out and he stops. He says, "Ma'am."
Is there an insight? There's psychology, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you could try a
do it,
psychology roll.
I
do it.
definitely want a psychology. I made it. Regular.
Yeah, he clearly knows that you are not a woman.
All right.
He knows who you are.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Maybe we'll get another chance to talk to him. Right before he leaves, then
Yeah.
I say, last time we spoke, you mentioned some detectives that came through here.
Yes, ma'am.
You happen to know which way they went when they left town?
And I kind of look because, yeah.
That's the kind of information I'd want to tell a sheriff.
Very well.
Ma'am.
Yeah, sir.
And he'll he stalks off. And then as soon as he leaves, you hear the cook finally exhale.
All right. Sounds like we need to go see the sheriff.
Yeah. I'm gonna flip the cook a quarter.
Oh, he is very, thank you. You want some beans?
No, it would.
Well, don't get none on your dress.
Yep, exactly. Okay.
All right, you leave the chuck wagon, and Abe, you come running up with Jared right as they are coming out of the chuck wagon.
Jared, did you?
Running or riding up?
Yeah, I was going to say, I would bring the horses and all of our stuff. I'd be like, you got to hurry. Just put it on.
Yeah, I loaded.
Not helping at all.
Drenched in sweat. I'm very worried about the next 4 days and what Abe's going to ask of me.
Just get on the horse and let's go.
Right.
Eliza rides side saddle. It's,
Yes.
You don't want to mess up the dress.
No, you actually, it might screw up where the dynamite is placed. So.
Riding side saddle is hard.
It can be fun. It can be fun.
I always feel unbalanced whenever I do it.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. Eliza, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Credit for that goes to the chat. They have
Nice.
started the Eliza Jackson. All right, so you all mount up, and in an increasingly conspicuous setup, you head for the jail now.
Yes.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So, Susanna, you have not climbed up on the roof yet, because I think you said you wanted to do that at night when it got dark.
Or at least when it starts getting dark, because I want to make sure that I'm climbing in daylight.
Right. You hear horses, and so you go to that one window, and you do that, and you look out, and you see them all riding up.
Cool.
Make a spot hidden roll with disadvantage.
Oh, I love this.
Oh my!
I made it. It's a regular success.
What'd you get?
Critical success.
Oh, there is
All right.
there is a woman of mystery.
Ooh.
Abe
boy.
seems to have found is this another one of Abe's dalliances?
Oh,
Possibly.
probably. Yeah,
Without Elias.
I'll step outside as I see them coming up. The rifle slung low in my arm. Just then, just like tip my hat to them. Wait for them to pull up and tell me what in the heck they're doing.
All right. Everyone in town has now seen loaded horses showing up at the jail.
Yep.
I'm so glad I got that scarf and that big hat to just cover my.
All right. So we
So
get
what-
down and Susanna, we need to talk.
All right. What are we doing? And I'll look over at ma'am.
Sheriff?
And I say, he's my date.
I ain't the sheriff. I'm a federal marshal. That's rather different.
Well, there's something you need to know. Before we came over here, Stratton, I had a meeting in the open, in the chuck wagon, with Stratton, and he said that he wanted to make things better. He wanted to make things right. And he thought one of the things would be if you would become their sheriff.
Sheriff.
He proposed that you would have 2 deputies, one from Stratton and one from Pennybaker. And that way we could keep the balance in the town. He also said that he did not want to, he wanted to be part of making Colorado a state. So he did not want to have the killing of a marshal on his head.
Well, I reckon that would slow his political ambitions if a federal marshal turned up dead in his town and he was seen to have anything to do with it.
And we all see that. So he sounded, the only thing is that he said that because we've done so many things for, he called him Penny Banker, but we did so many things for Pennybaker that he wanted us to do something for him in the future, but did not say what.
He said we might owe him a solid, and I know that can escalate out of hand.
I'm just
I
gonna
didn't
turn
know
and
solid what, because I make solid things, so maybe I'll make him something.
it's basically owing him a favor.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, ma'am. What was your name?
Eliza Jackson.
Pleasure.
That'll give you advantage on a psychology roll.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I'm okay. I can make that.
Do it.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Oh God, if you miss this, it's gonna be great. If you
Right?
never realized.
I made it, but only just.
All right, you're pretty sure this is Elias. But this is like the best disguise he's ever done.
And that actually does make me relax marginally, because it's like I didn't know who this strange woman was, and I didn't want to discuss things in front of her. But now it's like, oh, it's Elias. All right. So like her shoulders come down a little bit. It's like, all right.
It made Jonesy laugh inside to see you being like, what is that? Who is that? And I'm like, come on, it's obvious.
Speaking of which, before we go inside, before I hide the horses and we go inside, why are you dressed like a woman?
Because I was gonna, I don't know. Well,
Enough said. That's all your business.
Right. I mean, at this point, I imagine the entire town knows that y'all are here.
Yes, but since we talked to Stratton, I thought he was okay.
Well, it ain't Stratton that I'm worried about in that case. It's Pennybaker. All right. Well, what do you lot think about staying here and making Stillwater a base of operations?
I'm turning the horses to point out of town at this point. Like
I can see what Abe thinks about it.
I'm following Abe's lead.
Pennybaker offered almost the same deal, where he wanted us to stay. He would put us up, even though I told him, hey, no, we would be independent. But he seemed to think us staying would be a good idea.
Last thing I overheard Pennybaker saying was that he wanted to go to war with Stratton.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh
He
yeah.
wanted to, yeah. If we teamed up with him, we could go to war with Stratton. Neither of the powers in this town are good. One is clearly worse than the other, though. And that's Stratton.
Thanks for pointing that out.
I was hoping that you would be a little less oblique there, friend.
But Stratton did say he wants not to have a fight, and he wants to have a chance to be a state.
Well,
That has made me feel better. I was all for going, because wild towns are wild towns, and they will always, they could fight it out amongst themselves. But
I mean, you're not wrong, but if this place becomes a state, if Colorado actually goes into the Union proper, it's gonna be a while. And boom towns, they're here 1 month and they're gone the next.
He does not want the death of the federal marshal on his head.
That's very smart of him. Because there are people who know that I'm out here and know that I'm a federal marshal. And if I don't show back up, it's going to get interesting.
so what do? You have this person in jail here. Are you going to stay with them?
Or Tommy.
Johnny.
It was Johnny.
It's Johnny.
Whatever you're gonna do, you better decide quickly. Daylight's burning.
Yeah, it is. And I've already been measured for a very nice coffin, apparently.
What?
Stratton has very direct ways of intimidation, or at least the attempt.
But he did. Eliza, you thought he sounded okay during our talk?
Eliza.
He, you know what? That's fine. That's good.
Are you talking in your normal voice or your girl
No,
voice?
the girl voice. Okay, so you want to leave, right?
Well, Seriously, have you seen the women in this town? No offense. No offense, but I cannot stay in a town of such caliber. I would need the entire top floor of the Pine Hotel, and to commandeer the chef for myself, and to import some good entertainment.
Okay. So if we're not staying, you're not going to become sheriff. We're going to have a shootout. And he pulls up his skirt and tied to his leg is the dynamite, sort of in a all together, ready to be thrown. I think it's time we blow this thing wide open.
Alas, I swear to God. I mean, I all right, here's my thought on it, right? We have 3 other places that our agents might have ended up. And this is a pretty good spot in between all of them. We can't go back to Kansas City until we have our agents, or at least know what happened to them. That being the case, this isn't a bad place for operations.
And one other thing,
all the politic bullshit.
And one other thing, he did say to Eliza, because I'm having fun with this. He did say to Eliza, he did say that he had some more information and would be willing to talk to the sheriff about it.
Well, that does put a different color on it.
Maybe we don't have to stay forever. Maybe
we can make a
settle
base.
Sheriff is not a tenure track job.
No, base.
No, sheriff is a quick way to die.
But if you had 2 deputies, you could let them take the reins and you can go and find our friends. Well,
I foresee that being an issue real quick. If Pennebaker and Stratton each have people who are deputized lawmen, that can escalate fast.
Yes, but do we need to find our people.
We do. I agree.
If we have a place here, we have a sheriff here, we have more information, we go find our people.
I mean, Abe, we wouldn't have to be here a huge amount of time, just enough to use it as a base of operations. A few months at the outside. Can you survive that long?
If we can commandeer the Pine Hotel.
Well, the issue with that is, and I hate saying it, and this will never get back to him, but Stratton was right in one area. Us taking stuff from Pennebaker, it puts us on one side of the power balance.
So where am I supposed to live?
I have no idea. We might have to have something that's our own.
We have
build your own tavern with its own top floor and own personal chef.
Yes. We could have a tavern with and I could have my blacksmith shop.
Think about how famous the sausage would be at that tavern.
There's no good shipping. There's no good import-export situation here.
Well, that's a perfect opportunity.
Sausages are made to be. I can step into.
He's right.
International shipping.
International. Abe has a vision.
Yeah, I do. Conquer the world with sausage.
There you go. I mean, we could make our own place and be truly neutral.
Yes.
And if I'm going to be the law here, I would need to be neutral. Or as neutral as it's possible to be in this sort of a shithole.
So maybe we can get some from Pennebaker and some from Stratton to make our thing. And then, of course, Abe.
Well, or we see if our employer can wire us the funds to build a base of operations.
I wonder, would I know about how long it would take to build a basic establishment like what we're talking about?
Well, I mean, a lot of the buildings in this town have been thrown up very quickly.
Sure.
So, you could have a tent bar, probably in like a week set up. Building a building might take a little longer, especially since there would be a minefield of whose builders do you hire and, that sort of thing.
Yes, there would be, and then we could split everything. We could split it.
We would need to build 2 places.
Then you owe 2 people. Owing 2 people doesn't make you indifferent.
We hire from each.
Yes.
If we make one establishment and we hire 2 sets of builders, working on different days. I mean,
blacksmith. We can make the blacksmith thing a different thing.
I mean, I'll say this very bluntly. This is a very explosive situation, and not just because of Eliza's dynamite garter belt. This is a situation that has the possibility to end with this entire town blowing up around us and us in the middle of it. And I want us to think about that very carefully before we go and say yes. But it is a decent place to have as a base of operations as far as trying to find our people.
And being able to come back out and do more investigations.
Kat says you're going to have to build a backup tavern.
See, we need 2.
All right, so we have the tent one as the backup, and then
There we go.
When that one burns down, we go to the tent.
We need the 5-star and the 4-star.
Yes.
5-star and the 2-star if it's
yes.
a tent.
Yes.
So it is getting close to dark.
And I'm like casting eyes down the street, just waiting for something to happen.
It is still quiet. You hear since you were out on the sidewalk in front, the clapboard in front. You hear Johnny like inside, like quietly crying.
I'm inclined to say yes, but only if Boyo in there actually gets a fair trial, or starts over.
Yeah, maybe we could just come up with an arrangement where it pays back the money.
Have it be a little
Everyone's
bit civilized.
talking, and Jared's force is starting to creep further out from the group. As it's getting
Jared is
darker, and
definitely
everyone's just
starting to
still
leave
chatting
us.
About, well, we could do.
Yep, Jared's starting to leave us, I can see.
Sorry to interrupt.
No.
Oh.
We either say yes or we start fighting.
I've said my piece on the situation. What do you think, Abe?
I think the we make it out alive solution is say yes now, fib a little later, get out of town.
The last Pinkertons that were here for 3 or 4 months. So why don't we plan to stay a little while, at least as a base of operations?
Stop saying that. We're just here for a little while.
It's a temporary base. You set up the advance.
Abe's just constantly like, this isn't my life.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not defined by the place I live.
So then, Jared, I see you trying to sneak away.
I'm not trying to be sneaky. You making a decision?
It
Get off
sounded
the
like
horse. We're staying. Come on. It's only temporary. I've been promised.
Now you make him take everything back to the hotel.
No, we still have to find our people, so we're not going to be just sitting here.
I'm handing Abe back his money. I'm not pulling this stuff back up the stairs.
Okay.
Abe, you got $5 back.
Okay. I'll have the doorman do it. Thank you.
Wonderful. All right. Well, then, if we're in agreement, would one of you lot stay and keep an eye on Johnny Boy while I go and talk to Mr. Stratton?
I trot off towards the hotel.
Yeah, no, yeah, I
think
stay.
dinner is
I would be willing to stay.
All right.
Yeah, I'll stay.
Mhm.
There's no reason to go.
I'm gonna grab my rifle off the horse, put it over the shoulder. Let's just start walking.
I want a picture of that so bad
Where are
right
you
now.
walking to?
I am shadowing Susanna.
All right.
utterly
bustle-
inconspicuously.
Yeah.
Parasol in one hand, rifle in the other.
Oh, okay. So you're throwing me away for her now, huh?
I think
I mean-
parasol in one hand, rifle in the other is a pretty strong episode.
That is a great one.
I have to know, how tall is Elias?
I think I have it written down. Well, size is 40, so very.
Oh,
He's
Yeah.
a slight man.
Yeah.
This is. I mean, this.
my
this is
size
one
is
of the-
bigger
the-
than that. That's why it's like, okay, got it.
Yeah, I
This
imagine
makes
I'm
sense.
taller than Elias
Mhm.
then.
Oh, yeah.
That's funny.
Mhm.
Yeah, all right. So you head down the street and like you can feel the eyes of every single person in every single building that you
Mhm.
pass. Like watching as you in a town that is silent
Mm-hmm.
as you go and they have no idea what's going to happen.
And I am not moving with any sort of haste. I am moving very deliberately, but not in any kind of hurry.
Right.
Just like, yep, I feel all of you watching me, and I'm not running. I'm not walking fast. I have a mission.
All right. You are heading for the original.
Yeah. Gonna go and find Stratton.
And outside the original are a dozen men, including Swen. Swen's the only one you recognize, but there's about a dozen men, and they're just all on they're all on horses, just sort of leaning over their pommels, watching as you walk up.
And I'll go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, it just occurred to me that we forgot to talk to Penny Baker.
Yep. Well,
Maybe Jared will tell him.
And
Make
I'll-
me a disguise roll, Thomas. With advantage.
And fail with advantage.
All right. You come walking up, and the sort of phalanx of horses will kind of part, and they're not saying anything. They're just watching.
Mm-hmm. And I don't say anything in response. Just tip my hat as I walk past and walk inside.
Eliza, are you going in?
Yeah, I will.
All right.
Sure.
You
Sure.
start you start to go in, and you distinctly hear a guy go, ugh. And you step in, and sitting alone at a card table, just like dealing cards out to himself, is Jack Stratton with a bottle of whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks up when you come in. Well, goddamn.
Good evening, Mr. Stratton.
Can I call you sheriff yet?
I'm gonna come over and pick up one of the chairs, flip it around, sit on it with my arms resting on the back of it, looking at him. Just very calm, very casual. You ain't killing that boy. If y'all want a sheriff in this town, y'all want some law and civilization to actually come in, that ain't happening.
I'm pretty sure we both know this stopped being about the boy some time ago.
Maybe for you it did.
Oh, okay.
Well, while we are in this tense moment, we were just raided. So welcome, raiders.
Hi guys, welcome.
We have
We're
a
going
giveaway.
to do a giveaway of a Beholder mini kit.
We have your chance to win an eye tyrant, a beholder right now. Are we doing it right now?
Hey, they can enter right now, and we'll
All
draw.
right, yeah. So
when
it's
we feel like-
hashtag chaos
Hashtag chaos.
in the chat. We'll be doing the giveaway at the break, probably in about 30 minutes or so. But if you get hashtag chaos in there now, you'll be entered to win. Must be present to win. Must be present to win.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, because you have
And,
to tell us.
US only. Everybody else gets a PDF.
Yes. Of
We'll send you a PDF of a beholder mini.
of a Nord Games deck of your choice.
I was going to
go.
color the mini, but apparently no.
Yes.
And Jay Matthews is flowing with the gift subs. Thank you, sir. That is awesome.
Thank you.
Oh,
So we are playing Call of Cthulhu in the Old West, and in something that can certainly never go wrong, one of the player characters is about to become sheriff of a lawless town.
This ought to be fun.
Oh boy.
Well, sheriff, like I said, my proposed structure so that everything is right down Broadway. I pick one deputy, Penny Banker picks one deputy.
That sounds fair and balanced.
But now here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
You all came into this town and you immediately started working for Penny Banker. So the way I see it, we need to build some residual trust, you and I. The way I see it, you owe me one.
Maybe, but only one.
Well, that is very fair, Sheriff. We'll, I'll just have to make sure that whatever I ask for is equal to a week's lodging at a hotel and sending you on whatever mission I can think of for you. Did you feed his dog too?
I believe we paid for a week at your hotel.
And
We
I
did,
appreciate
in fact.
that. And that shows your good taste. Although you immediately left.
Be that as it may, you still got paid from it, and had the rooms empty to let to other people.
Well,
Can't see as how that's a downside for a businessman like you.
if all I cared about was money, I'd be Penny Banker.
And that's fair enough. I have been given to understand that you have political ambitions.
Colorado's gonna be a state.
Reckon probably. Wouldn't surprise me.
And I like the sound of Governor Jack Stratton.
Well, that could certainly be a possibility, but that being the case, you're gonna have to.
You're the
work with
sheriff. You are the sheriff. 100%. I will abide by your decisions. Now, just so you know, we have in the past had a citizens tribunal in these cases. So you should be prepared for some growing pains in your job.
I mean, that is the case in pretty much everywhere out here in the territories. It's always a bit of growing pains when civilization and the wildness meet up with each other.
Now, I'm given to understand that you and your friends, and he looks at Eliza. By the way, for those of you just joining us, in the room right now is Jack Stratton, the nominal mayor of this town. Susanna Deshane, a federal marshal, and Elias Jackson in drag with a rifle over his shoulder. It is It is quite a tableau.
And I wish my disguise were better.
We need to talk about that, friend. But you do have at least one check in it, so whenever we get to level up.
Master of poor disguise. And yes, that's right. It is important also to note that Eliza Jackson has a garter belt of dynamite up their dress.
Ready for deployment.
There's a sentence you don't see every day.
There's a sentence you never want to have to say again.
I mean, Susanna dresses like this normally, so I wouldn't say that Susanna's in drag. But
yeah, Susanna's always in jeans and a button-down Western shirt.
And this is the first time that Elias has really committed to the disguise bit like this. Usually it's a mustache.
I'm just disappointed that Thomas isn't actually in a dress.
Well, a little black shirt. You got a little black shirt. So,
You could be Sarah, plain and tall. Like that book I read as a kid.
And so, Sheriff, like I said, you're going to be the law in this town. Now, I founded this town, and Pennybanker owns half this town. So how we keep this balance going is going to be very important to all of us. And I'm very interested in maintaining cordial relations.
That does seem to be like it would be the best case for everyone involved, is keeping things as comfortable for everyone as possible. Although what little I know of politics, compromise doesn't mean that everyone's happy.
I seem to be very angry at one point after drinking in your establishment. Hopefully we can.
Ma'am, I hope you've calmed down a little.
Sometimes I wish I would have killed those people.
It's like,
and just kind of like narrow the eyes.
Now, it's a bold woman that says that in front of a sheriff. I had this made for you. And he pushes across the table a small silver star.
was that before or after you sent an undertaker to get my measurements?
All right. I didn't have this made for you.
There we are.
But I had it made, and I want you to have it.
All right.
We'll have to get deputy badges made.
Yes.
And I want to introduce you to my deputy.
All right.
Pete, come on out here. I don't want to do the accent. Sorry, Sven would be, I don't want to do the accent with Jonesy too much because they sound too similar. So Pete comes out. He is a tall, very strong young man, very well built. He is wearing like a blue shirt and like a leather vest and jeans. And this is well, Sheriff, it's going to be real good to work with you.
And I'll stand up and like size him up, try to get his measure.
All right, make a psychology roll.
Okay. Fling my dice across the room. 19 out of 40. That is a hard success.
All right. He is super nervous right now.
Okay.
And he keeps like he is the man in the room with two bosses. And so he is very confused right now, and he's like, he just wants everyone to be happy. But he seems, like he's like I said, he seems like he's in good shape. He tells you he's a good shot, and he says, I just, I hope that you I've never studied much, so I hope that you'll help me learn the law. I mean, I know what's right.
Good. That is a very good place to start. And I'll give him my warmest, most reassuring smile and stick my hand out and say, "Pleasure to meet you."
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Hey, what would you say is the biggest problem in this town?
Make a disguise roll.
That's the biggest problem in the town right now.
Oh, that's an 87.
All right. Pete gets an 04. Pete looks at you, then looks at the sheriff,
This is a trick question.
and then looks at
It's
you.
me, isn't it? It's me. Biggest problem.
Well, ma'am, the biggest problem in this town is, and he's very uncomfortable with the question. It's probably the people getting drunk and shooting up the place. We don't have much in the way of real crime, but we get a lot of rowdy folks on a Thursday night who have had a little too much to drink. And I mean, I guess I used to be a bouncer here.
I can see that, actually.
Now,
All right.
Pete, go on. Don't even worry about me. You answer that nice lady's questions, fair and honest, just like you want to. And Pete looks at him and he says, well, the whole who runs the town issue is a pretty big problem too.
I appreciate your candor, Pete. Sorry, your honesty.
Thank you, ma'am. Yeah, I don't know big words.
That's quite all right. I have a couple of law, some references that we can look at.
So do I go to the jail, Sheriff? What do I do?
For tonight, you don't have to do nothing. You can take the night off. We'll meet up in the morning with whoever Mr. Pennebaker sends me to be a deputy. Because you two are gonna have to work together.
Well, yes, ma'am. You hear Stratton, like when you mention Pennebaker, Stratton is like laughs a very satisfied laugh to himself.
Can I do a psychology roll to see what I get out of that? Because that's an interesting sound.
Sure. Yeah.
Cool. Ooh, just barely 39.
All right. You're pretty sure he knows that Pennebaker knows nothing about this.
Yeah, that's fair. This is going to be a very interesting conversation. But on the plus side, I had nothing to do with the conversation about let's go to war with Stratton.
How's that going, by the way?
So we cut back to the Lone Pine Lodge, I think it is. And Jared, you come walking in and you see 4 men in the lobby, like loading rifles.
Whoa.
And one of them looks up at you and he goes, "Is it starting?"
I'm gonna just with that look, I'm backing out. I'm just like, I don't turn around, I back out of the tavern.
All right. Yeah.
Like, you might not want to go in there.
Yeah, Abe, you come up with the horses and you see Jared backing out of the door with his hands up.
And I turn the horses back around one more time.
Poor horses.
Back to the jail.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. And so you two head back to
I
the
was about to say, are you leaving me?
Well, I'm not going in there. I mean, obviously there's some sort of holdup. I mean, you have like.
No, they're loading guns. They're ready for something.
They're gonna go get the kid at the jail. Oh Lord.
No, these are Pennybaker's men.
Yeah, they want to go to war with Stratton. Like, Pennybaker thinks that it's going down tonight and he's ready.
Okay.
He thinks he may or may not think that you're on his side in this one.
Oh no.
Oh boy. Who's breaking the news? I wish Susanna were here, because at least they're not going to shoot a sheriff.
And at that point, we'll cut back to the original. And Stratton, like, you have just ascertained Stratton's laugh, and Stratton looks up at you with what can only be described as a shit-eating grin and says, "Guess you better tell him."
I'll like maintaining his gaze. I'm gonna lean over, pick up the star, clip it into my vest, and say, "I reckon I better."
Unless you want me to.
Nope, I got this under control.
Thought you were going to grab his whiskey.
I'm not drinking anything there. Not after the way you guys reacted.
Well, Sheriff, I look forward to working with you.
It's gonna be an interesting time, Mr. Stratton.
He pours two shots, one for himself, and he hands one to you. And he says, "Ma'am, do you drink?"
I
No,
know.
I don't.
And he holds it up to you and he says, "Here's to Stillwater, Sheriff." And he downs it.
Here's to civilization. Down it.
It's very good whiskey.
Nice. Yeah, like, I will say, sir, you do serve an excellent drink. Sometimes.
Not to everybody.
No?
That's an expensive bottle, Sheriff.
Well, you have good taste then. Right. I reckon I have some work to go and do. And
Right, so another like uncomfortable walk as you like walk down the to the Lone Pine Lodge, once again feeling every eye in town on you. There are like there's still this tension in the town that hasn't been, that's either waiting for gunfire to release it or for something else to release it, but it just keeps building because, you know, where is something I don't
yeah.
I'm gonna duck behind some houses and do a quick change out of this disguise.
All right, yeah, you are
Back to, as quickly as I can.
I was gonna say, how quick is that quick change of yours?
he's a master of disguise.
With a 25 disguise.
Yeah.
You know, that's so he doesn't make good disguises, he just makes ones that come off very quickly. That's the master of disguise part.
So he has stripper pants.
I was about to
That's right, yeah, that's right. Just pulls it right off. Don't do that with dynamite, by the way. So the dynamite was a garter belt. Where is it now?
Just
Still
still on your
Yeah,
pants.
it's probably in my hands.
Oh God! So you're now walking. All right. The tension has ratcheted up another level as everyone like looking out their window sees you walking down the street with a sheriff's badge glinting on your thing, with a badge glinting, and a person behind you just like walking with dynamite. You hear like shutters closing everywhere around you.
Elias, can you get rid of that? That's not helping.
No,
amazing. I can see him just lighting it, throwing it in a building.
I almost did that on the way out of Stratton's but you clipped that star on.
Yep.
Uh,
Can you remove that to somewhere that it isn't going to blow up and it isn't immediately visible? Because I'm just waiting for someone to shoot at us from a window.
so I will put it
yeah,
away.
it goes in the pack with the dress.
Mhm.
There we go.
So yeah, you head towards the Lone Pine Lodge. About the time you get there, you see Abe turning the horses around, and you hear Jared going, "Are you leaving me?"
Abe.
What? Apparently there's a stick up in there, and Jared like was walking with his hands up backwards out the door, so something's going down in there.
Well,
I just said it wasn't a holdup. They're it's full of guns in there.
Abe, I'm gonna need your help. I have some news to break to Pennebaker, and that's gonna be fun.
Why do I feel like this is my childhood all over again?
Oh man,
Yeah,
I have to
well,
explain
I'm
what
so
we did.
bummed I'm in the jail right now.
I have to explain what we did, who did it, why we did it, and then come up with a reasonable punishment. I feel like this is again just second grade all over.
well, you grew up in a rich house. I imagine you got reasonably good at talking down that switch.
I just got fast.
A reasonable solution. I did too.
I'll grab the horse's reins and just
All
hold
right.
them while you go in.
All right, Abe and Susanna are going in. Jared, are you staying out with the horses?
I mean, I'll shout it. I'm gonna shout in. Is it safe to come in and get drinks?
Yeah. Come on in. We're getting fueled up for tonight.
Oh no.
Oh, that's not what I wanted to hear, but I do want a drink. All right.
I'm guessing YouTube won't go for that one, but that's.
I love it. I think it's great.
Oh yeah. Oh. Jeez, I will.
Oh, cheese and crackers.
God, see if I can talk them down at all.
Jared, just come on. Let's have a drink. Let's get these gentlemen a drink.
Mhm.
All right. Yeah, you come in and there's four guys who have finished like loading and cleaning their rifles, and they're just like, they're that same level of tension. Like they're just on they're on pins and needles, just waiting for somebody to say go. And so there's a nice bottle of some sort of alcohol with them, and they're just pouring. And when they see, when you come in and you say you want a drink, they're like, oh yeah, just get something from behind the bar.
Oh my God.
And come on and sit down with us.
Whew. I think we should. I'm gonna grab a bottle from behind the bar, and I'll be like, "We're gonna go talk to Pennebaker. We'll be right back."
I'll go behind the bar and grab something too.
All right.
I'll reach up very high.
Yeah, you get a bottle of the good stuff. All right, so you start to go upstairs. At the top of the stairs, there's two more guys, just sort of standing in a "we're not guards at all" kind of way. But when they see that it's you guys, they're like, Mr. Let me check. Mr. Pennebaker is talking with some men right now. And one of them will go and like rap on the door and say, sir, I should make a spot hidden roll for them. Nope. Sir, yeah, the marshal is here, sir. All right. And so he'll come back and he'll show you in. And sitting so Pennebaker is in this like sumptuous study. He's sitting in one of those overstuffed leather chairs. King is kneeling at his feet, and he's just absentmindedly scratching King's head. And there are three guys in there with him, one of whom you recognize as the Alvin Feeney, the guy who runs the freight store that you went to, and he is Pennebaker looks up and he says, "Well, welcome. I'm excited to see you all. I think it's going to be a good night. Tell me, did you change your badge?"
Glance over at Abe and be like, I think I missed something with that conversation, because I was not involved in the "we're going to war with Stratton" conversation. I'm like, okay.
So I put the bottle down on his. Does he have a desk or like a?
Yeah, he's got a little. There's a little side
Yeah.
table.
Yep. So I put it down on the side table, and I sit down across from him, and I'd be like, "So
Hey,
things have happened.
is this the best you could afford, Abe? Let me get a better bottle."
Jared's actually drinking that right now downstairs. So
Oh, Abe, I hate to see you like this. I really do.
it was the best I could find from behind your bar.
Well, so what has happened?
Well, we have been having some conversations around town, and it's looking like everyone's gearing up for a war of some kind that I have not been made privy to.
Abe didn't tell you?
And as sheriff of the town, we've come to recommend that perhaps a war is not a good idea, and that there will be repercussions.
Abe Froman, you son of a bitch. You have a real job for once in your life? You're a sheriff?
No,
I'm going to look at him and just tap his arm.
Oh, well, gosh, Abe, I took composition and grammar in school. I don't think sheriff is a plural.
Did I use the we in the royal we sense?
Yeah, you said as sheriff, we think.
Yes.
Okay. As a partner to the sheriff, as an associate of a sheriff, I'm
gonna stop you right there, Abe.
Yeah, these words are.
So you're telling me that the marshal is now the sheriff, and whose authority made you the sheriff?
God.
That is not how law works in America.
Are you sure?
Pretty damn.
Did the chimney put out white smoke and all of a sudden we knew we had a sheriff?
I've been having a word with Mr. Stratton, and he has offered me the job.
He offered you the job.
He did, and he suggested that the best way to keep the balance of power in the town is that he has someone that he recommends as a deputy working with me, and you have someone that you recommend as a deputy, properly deputized by the laws of the United States. A war in this town is not going to end well for anyone. Your interest is in business. And if everyone's dead, who's going to sell? Who's going to be going in and mining that silver? A war is a terrible idea. Trying to keep balance in this town is going to be the best way for you to make money, Mr. Pennebaker.
A war's only a terrible idea if you lose. I don't lose. My employers didn't send me here to lose. Now, look, it's true. I don't have as many guys as Stratton. I thought I had a few more. Apparently, I was mistaken. You're going to need to start paying for your hotel rooms.
Well, about that, apparently I can't stay here anymore, according to the sheriff.
Your money problems used to be funny to me, Abe, but there are bigger issues right now. So you work for Stratton?
No, I do not work for Stratton. I work for the town. With the understanding that I am still a federal marshal. And I'll reach in my pocket, pull out that badge, flip it open, stick it back in my pocket. I don't work for you, and I don't work for Stratton. I work for the town, and if you would like to have someone who's working alongside me who has your interests in mind, you are more than welcome to do so. I would welcome any of your men that you want to send alongside me, because trying to get some law in this town is going to be interesting. It's going to be a tall order for everyone involved.
That son of a bitch thinks he can name a sheriff. Who does he think?
He says he's the man who established the town. That does give him a bit of pull in that area.
I'm gonna. Marley, send a telegram. I need lawyers.
Oh boy.
All right. I'll play your game. So I get a deputy and Stratton gets a deputy.
Yep.
He
With
probably
with the understanding, because Stratton said as much to me, they answer to me.
Oh, of course.
I don't even need a psychology roll to see he's full of shit.
No. He's like, his of course was like, oh, sure, Stratton's guy answers to you.
Yeah, well.
I'm assuming he picked Swin.
He did not. He picked a young man named Pete.
He picked Sneaky Pete. Oh, that's outstanding. Sneaky Pete Kleiner as a deputy in Stillwater. Oh, man.
I imagine there's some background that would make me laugh just as hard as you are.
You know what? I'm going to let you ask him about that. That'll be a fun conversation with your new deputy.
All right.
Oh, God, how do I find someone who's committed as many crimes as Sneaky Pete Kleiner to be a deputy? I mean, I could make Johnny a deputy.
I will not accept Johnny as a deputy.
But you accept Sneaky Pete.
Sneaky Pete was not bawling his eyes out in the jail room of a cell and asking for a revolver to end his misery.
Misery that you could have ended at any time, that you created.
Misery that he created for himself by stealing.
Oh, you're going to be that kind of sheriff.
I think you'll be very interested in what kind of sheriff I am.
I hope not. When do I have to tell you? What if I don't agree?
Well, then you can go to war with Stratton, and you will do so without me and my companions, and you will lose. Because you don't have enough people, and he's better armed, and already has about 12 people sitting outside of his establishment ready to go. A war is only a bad idea if you lose, huh? You'll lose.
Well, you're not wrong about that. How long do I have to get you a deputy?
Well, I'm meeting with young Pete in the morning to fill him in on deputy duties. I'd prefer in the morning over breakfast. But if you need a little bit more time to find someone that you trust, take your time.
Now, you vetoed one choice already. Did you veto any of Stratton's choices?
He only gave me the one. And
What if I only gave you the one?
I had a good look into young Pete's eyes, and
Ask about his parent. Ask him how his parents are.
I don't go digging into a person's parentage. That can be a touchy subject.
Oh, he touched him all right.
I'm not taking Johnny. Pick a different choice.
Interesting. So, Abe, I guess this means you don't want to work together anymore now that you're apparently a law and order man.
I'm not really working at much. I mean, it's not my forte.
So, what does this do to our arrangement?
Which one?
Well, I've been paying to put you up here, and you've been helping me out with my silver mine problem, which I'm given to understand has not been resolved.
There's nobody left at the mine.
I can hear the ellipsis at the end of that sentence, Abe.
I consider that problem solved. The mine is clear.
So if I send some men up there, I'll get silver back.
I have no idea about silver.
Well, I see how it is. So I've gone from...
We went up and checked on the Owens brothers. They're dead. That was what we were asked to do.
And there's no one else at the mine, says Abe.
Well, no one alive.
I mean, so out of character, that's not true.
There's
the claim jumper there.
There's a claim jumper who we all assume is going to be dead very soon.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
I just have the nagging feeling there's something about this whole silver mine thing you're not telling me.
Like what? Oh, there's a crazy Russian on the way. Or is he Russian?
He's not
German.
Russian. He's German.
He's a gentleman? What?
German.
Okay.
German who thinks he's
You didn't take geography in school, Abe?
No, we all know the amount of least work, the path of least resistance is my path.
Well, not anymore, apparently.
So yeah, everybody's dead. I mean,
I'm very so. Here's
gruesome
my
scene,
concern with this whole situation. I imagine Stratton has already mentioned to you that you went off and did some work for me.
And stayed up in your hotel. Yes, he has.
And I imagine he thinks that means he gets a favor.
Yes.
And does he?
One.
I mean, so already this arrangement is untenably set up. I mean, as soon as my lawyers get here, I will have this entire thing unraveled. Do you even know the law of the Colorado Territory? Because my men do. And I assure you, as a fiduciary representative of First Federal Bank of Kansas City, that if I am not treated with impartiality and fairness.
Oh, hold up, dear man. This is one thing I do know. Your fiduciary responsibility as a shareholder in a bank has nothing to do with the legal premise at this town. Those two are completely separate. Your fiduciary responsibility is to those stakeholders in the bank, not to said population.
And that being said, Colorado is a territory. It is under the laws that govern the territories of the United States of America. And I tell you, sir, I do know those laws. I am a federal marshal.
Well, begging your pardon, Sheriff Marshal, but I have met my share of federal marshals that didn't know their ass from a hole in the ground.
Yeah, well, you hadn't met me yet.
No, and I thought we were working very well together, but apparently you got a better offer. So just explain to me how I am supposed to even believe that you, being declared marshal by Stratton, will be in any way impartial.
Declared sheriff. I was already a marshal. There's rather a difference. Because Stratton was very well aware who he was putting in that job. The person who stood up to him in the middle of the street to pull a bleeding boy off and put him in jail instead of being shot in the head like Stratton was demanding. I don't answer to Stratton. I answer to the
you
law.
do once.
That is not in my capacity as a sheriff. That is as Susanna Deschen.
Well, I'm sure that distinction will be crystal clear. Again, how am I supposed to consider that I will be in any way treated fairly in this setup where you yourself said Stratton made you sheriff? He's clearly playing you for leverage.
Maybe.
Well, that answer doesn't fill me with confidence.
Here's the issue, sir. This arrangement is one that ends in a hell of a lot less death. This is an arrangement that does not end with you being run out of town on a rail when you lose, because you will when Stratton doesn't, when you don't have us again to help you against Stratton. Boy, stutter. Sorry. This is an arrangement. You already are very low on people. You want to risk losing any of them? This is an arrangement that has you being treated as fairly as Stratton will be, because you're not going to be running a bunch of empty buildings. You still have the chance to make money out here for your fiduciary responsibilities.
Well, best believe that on the next stage up here, I'm going to have 7 more men. And then we'll see what's going on. But you'll have a deputy tomorrow, Sheriff.
I appreciate it.
Marshal.
Have your men stand down tonight.
Are Stratton's men standing down? You just said there's a dozen men in front of his hotel.
And as soon as I go tell them to stand down, they're gonna listen to me as sheriff, or we're gonna have words.
Well, Sheriff, I wish you luck in your new job.
I strongly believe I'm gonna need it.
And should I send you the bill for the mini meals that you've eaten here?
I'll consider cleaning up the mine as a fair trade for that. And I grab the whiskey off the table and be like, I'll be taking this too.
Nice.
Good evening, Mr. Pennebaker.
Marshal, Sheriff.
As the door shuts behind us, I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna have to sleep in a tent, aren't I? This is bullshit. This town is bullshit. This is all bullshit. Whorehouses are bullshit.
The casino.
Yeah, the casino's bullshit. This liquor's bullshit.
I'm gonna lean over and say quietly, you knew what you were signing up with to go out with the Pinkertons, right? I mean, quietly as I physically can.
I was hoping it just would involve camping.
Yeah. Well.
I think on that note, we should go to break. I was hoping it wouldn't involve camping. So this is your chance. #chaos to be entered to win that beholder set right there. Those are miniatures, right? I'm not sure what they are.
Yes.
Okay, those are miniatures.
It's not it's not an actual size beholder.
We are not giving due to the restrictions placed on us by the United States of America. Thanks, Obama. We are not giving away an actual beholder. Man, wouldn't that be a giveaway? So, #chaos, and we will be back just as soon as 5 people can use. No, 6 people can use 5 bathrooms. Damn it!
There's the math.
Got it.
Where's the abacus for that one?
Welcome back. Congratulations, Butterfly Gal 1954, or as most of us know her, Dead Mom, which sounds really weird when I say it out loud.
You almost made me do a spit take.
That was.
Live Mom. I'm going to call her Live Mom. I think
There
that
you
is
go.
much better.
There you go.
But congratulations. You can put the headdress of eyes on the beholder.
And it will drive the beholder as insane as Xanathar is.
That's right.
To scale.
Not to scale.
Do we need to put that as a little like disclaimer right now at the bottom of the screen?
Really.
Beholder,
think so.
not to scale.
Do not
And,
taunt. Happy fun, beholder.
So they will be whispering to Dead Mom to get the address and everything, and we'll
Yep, to
get that
verify
all set
that-
up.
Butterfly Gal 1954 is who we think they are. Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
Just say. All right, so you have left the Lone Pine Lodge, and you come out, and Jared, what do you got?
While they were gone, I
Yep.
want to like tell a story to just try and take the wind out of everyone's sails down here about like a time I was on a claim that got jumped and like they had more, but we managed to like do the, and it's just like it just went sideways for both sides. And like most of everyone just died. There were no clear winners. And like there was this one guy that we tried to keep alive. He got infection. We sawed off his leg. And like it was just this long drawn out process.
Offer me a social skill.
Fast talk.
You need demoralize the that's
Yes.
You know what? I'm going to spend 4 luck.
All right.
4.
Yeah.
This
You
is
have definitely you have successfully rained on these guys' parade as they were like
Nice.
the
And yeah, I finished the story and then I'm just like staring off and finishing my drink.
1,000-yard stare. Yeah, the alcohol has ceased to be the accelerant and now it is a depressant as they've been sitting here for a little too long. And so they're just all kind of like, oh man, that's terrible. I'm so sorry. That's terrible.
Crying for his mother.
My goodness.
What boy doesn't love his mom?
Love it. Well done.
So yeah, you guys come down and you see Jared sitting in a circle of 5 like crying guys who are writing letters to their mothers.
And just look at Jared and then look at the men and look at Jared and just like, all right.
Should be you guys heading back to the jail or?
No, well, so one thing that I do want to do is go and make sure that Stratton's men have stood down.
All right. You do not see anybody in front of the bar.
All right.
The town is still like the streets are empty, and that is very weird for this town.
Mm-hmm. Is this a reasonably populated area where I'm where we are?
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to make a statement.
It's
aren't
close to the center of town.
It's almost like you know me, Julie. Right. I'm going to move to where I think I can be heard by the most number of people and just like hook my thumbs in my gun belt and be like, "Evening, Stillwater. My name is Susanna Deschen, and I'm the new sheriff in these parts. Y'all have an issue with someone else? You can come talk to me, and we'll deal with it in a lawful, civilized manner. Have a good evening. Try not to cause any trouble. I don't want to have to put nobody in jail my first night."
All right. And all right, we cut back to the jail. Jonesy. So you're sitting in the jail, and Johnny's there, and Johnny's looking at you going, so is there not going to be shooting tonight?
We're hoping not. We're hoping that we can bring the whole town together.
Well, that's a terrible idea.
Why?
How are you going to bring the town together with Stratton and Pennebaker?
Well, when I talked to Stratton, he told me that if we the woman who's here, who is the marshal, she would be sheriff of the town. She would have a deputy from Stratton. She would have a deputy from Pennybaker, and then both together would all three of them would be able to keep the town balanced.
So she made this deal with one side of the town.
Well, they were going to go talk to. That's why they left. They went to go talk to Mr. Pennybaker as well.
So there is going to be shooting tonight.
Well, hopefully not here.
Look, would you just let me go? I need to get out of here. If I'm going to die in here.
I can't let you go. I can't. It would not do well for me and my friend. They would not like that. But you and I will be here together, and whatever happens, we will be together. I'm going to give him some of I have some hardtack kind of, because we were getting ready to go. So I have some trail food. So we're going to have we'll share a meal together. And I have a little bit of alcohol too.
Yeah, he is disconsolate.
I know, but I tell him that I know my people. They are going to do what we need to be done, and we will be here. They will be back here soon.
All right. So about an hour later, I guess you guys all come back to the jail. Okay.
I think the jail is the most neutral spot at the moment.
Horses now head towards the jail reflexively.
Yeah. We're gonna have to put these horses back in the stables.
Abe still got him for a week.
Who's going to carry all my stuff? No. No.
All right. Okay.
So are you guys back? Are they back? Okay.
Yeah,
are we having this fight in front of everybody, or
push the door open? Evening.
Oh, good. I'm glad you're back. Our friend here was thinking that we were going to be overrun any second. Tell him what happened. Tell me what happened.
Well, Pennybaker ain't happy about the arrangement, and I can't say as I blame him, but I'm taking over as sheriff. I've met my deputy that Stratton recommended, and I'll meet Pennybaker's tomorrow.
Oh, good. So you were able to talk to him. See, I told you. I look at the Johnny guy. I told you.
And at least
oh, good. We're sleeping in a tent tonight.
Probably sleeping in the jail.
Also, yes, we sleep in jail tonight. Yes.
I was gonna say it's a little better than that, Abe. We're gonna sleep here tonight. This is the most neutral spot in town.
You've slept in a drunk cell before.
Not that I remember.
Well, maybe we need to get some more drinks in you so you don't remember this neither.
As I pull out the bottle of whiskey I stole from Pennybaker.
I am going to require a drink of that. Just the one. Because I'm not confident that some idiot isn't going to go running off. Although Jared did a good job getting people real demoralized in there. Well done.
Speaking of which, Jared, you got bits for your. We have. Thank you so much, Ginger Fury 7. I thought Ginger Fury 3 was the best of them. Really, after 6. You know,
1, 2, and 3 don't exist. It's only 4, 5, and 6.
I see. Well, 7. 7's a new start. But 500 bits to Jared for diffusing the situation through demoralizing. That was
very well done.
That was.
I could diffuse the situation with dynamite.
That will not diffuse anything.
That's because that's got a fuse. So
yeah, that fuses the situation.
Refuse.
Yes. Refuse.
So what are your plans for tonight?
I am going to strongly suggest taking watches because it's like, Pennybaker is accepting his lot for the moment, and Stratton is gleeful about how everything's going. But all it takes is one idiot shooting off his mouth at the wrong time or shooting off a gun at the wrong time to get everything sparked right back up again. So let's keep a watch tonight.
Is this a good idea? I mean,
Nope.
really?
That's every episode title for the rest of time.
Is this a good idea, really?
Part 39. Is this a good idea?
Is this a good idea? No.
Is this a good idea? Part 47.
So Pennebaker basically has claimed that we have chosen the side of Stratton. Kicked us out of his hotel. We didn't, his mind is definitely.
He didn't kick us
We
out.
didn't
We
finish
would
that.
have to pay. And I think that there would be conflict of interest if we stayed.
And that is very much the situation right there. We don't want to have it looking like we're siding with any side, and not staying at the hotel is really the best way to do that.
Mhm.
What have you done in the capacity of a marshal for Pennebaker?
I mean, not a hell of a lot. That's the kicker. I mean, short of being shown that Stratton has committed crimes with really good evidence, because if you're going to take down someone as powerful as that, you need a lot of evidence.
Well, no matter what happens, I don't want Stratton being governor.
But did we find out from Stratton anything new about our friends?
Not yet. I reckon once I get Pennebaker's deputy and get the two of them sworn in, we have a chat with Mr. Stratton about that.
And that would be tomorrow. Tomorrow, yes.
Tomorrow morning is when I'm supposed to meet Pennebaker's deputy.
Ah. Oh, then so if we do that, then they can go, and then we can go.
Well, and here's my question for the four of you. They each want a deputy for one of their sides. I want someone I can actually trust. Any of y'all want to be a deputy? I love how Abe is looking around like, who do you trust?
No, it's more like I'm looking around like, who's going to do that?
Who's trustworthy in our group?
I mean, I trust each of you, but
I mean, there's also sheriffs can, deputizing is a pretty wide thing. So you can also they could be your posse in the sense there. And, when you need them, you could deputize them to be part of the posse.
that's a good point.
Oh, yes, I was going to say, but I couldn't do my couldn't be at the forge if I had to be deputy. But
I couldn't be expanding the entertainment possibilities of this town.
If we were to try and buy land to build something here, we have to buy it from one of the two.
Whoa. Let's not settle in.
Or is there who owns other land?
Who owns the assay office? Isn't that a territorial
Pennebaker.
thing? Is that Pennebaker?
oh, okay. Oh.
That's why we didn't
But
train
you can buy up a claim nearby.
Yeah, you could, you could buy someone out.
That they've already mined, and probably do that
Ooh.
directly from the claim owner.
Well, what about in town? Is there any third party land in town?
It would be
Nope.
right outside of town, though. That would be cool.
We're the third party.
So you have to start a bank too.
And
Uh-oh.
Oh, don't go that low. have some morals.
I'm just saying there's going to be a service charge for everything.
Oh, Lord.
The bathroom is coin operated.
Yep.
So, I mean, I think that we get as much information from them as we can, and we figure out where our agents are, so I can chuck this star right back at Stratton as soon as possible and get the fuck out of here.
I'm down with this. This
I'm
sounds like a thing. Yes.
I'm like, I'll drink to that as I'm like pouring whiskey. Like,
Cheers.
All right, so about everybody make a luck roll. Let's see who's on watch.
Oh, who's on? Oh, not it.
Oh, I got it. I'm full of luck tonight. Yes.
nope.
30.
37.
All right,
Not
so
quite a
18.
hundred.
I got 18. I'm
Gabe,
good.
during your watch, there's a very, very light knock on the door of the jail.
I ignore it. What happens?
Uh,
I shut the light off. Like, you know what I mean? You know how someone's like,
right, yeah.
you know,
You hear a woman's voice say, Sheriff, you said if there was problems that we should tell you.
Elias Jackson, if that's you outside screwing around, I've had it with you. Had it with your nonsense.
No, it doesn't. No.
No, it's not me.
Okay, so I go to the door and open it just a little bit, like put my foot in, like at the back of the door so you can't push it open.
All right. There is a teenage girl in a shawl. It's pretty cold out. This is it's spring, so and she's she looks very sad.
So I open the door wider. Is anybody watching this?
You don't see anybody on this. No, it's like it's fairly late at night, but usually this town has nightlife. There's no nightlife tonight.
Okay, and I'm looking in the windows, like this isn't a setup.
You don't see even a lot of lights.
Okay. All right, so I open the door wider. Please come in.
All right. Is the sheriff here?
Yep, let me wake the sheriff.
All right. We cut to like the desk where Susanna is doing the stereotypical like boots up on the desk, hat down, like
snoring.
I do not snore, madame, sir, whatever.
You're asleep. How do you know you don't snore?
I have never had a bedmate complain.
Well, okay, so we've got a visitor. Let's have that conversation some other time. You've got a visitor.
And like drop my feet down to the ground, push my hat back up. Sorry, ma'am. Yeah. How are you all right?
Sheriff, I heard what you said earlier about how if we have problems, we should come to you. It's my sister. She ran away.
Where? All right, come and I'll like put a very gentle, very gently put my hands on her shoulders and guide her over to a chair and sit her down and sit next to her because, my read is that she's looking pretty frightened.
Yes, she's, and she appreciates that and she's calming down a little. My sister Abigail, she works in one of the tents. And she a couple, maybe last night, she was out at night and there was somebody behind her with a knife. And she came back and she told me that she thought she was going to die. And that all the person like stood behind her with the knife and just said, "You're not good enough," and walked away. And she ran away. She's not an outdoors person.
All right. Do you know which direction she was running? What did she have somewhere she was running to?
We have there's a cabin that we would go to. It's a couple miles outside of town, but she's on foot. She won't make it there by the morning.
When did she leave tonight?
She left at first. She left right at first darkness when I was distracted by everything that was going on in town.
Yeah, to be fair, it was pretty distracting.
She left me all alone.
Do you work at one of the tents?
No, she wouldn't let me.
Yeah, it's not a safe place for a younger person.
Well, I could work. I'm but she took care of me.
And her name's Abigail. What's your name, honey?
I'm Melissa.
Alyssa or Melissa?
Melissa.
Melissa. I'm Susanna, and I'm gonna try to find your sister.
Well, thank you, Sheriff. She kind of looks around. Could I sleep here tonight?
I was gonna say, do you have anywhere to be?
We have a tent, but it's kind of quiet without Abby there.
And I'll just like gently squeeze her shoulder. You can stay here tonight. I'll watch over you.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Good. Find a corner. Make yourself as comfortable as you can.
She like sits down and she starts writing very detailed directions to the cabin.
Nice.
Like
Excellent.
the sort of detail that only like obsessive young people can do.
As a former obsessive young person, I can't dispute that comment.
There's some strange Sasquatch fanfic in the middle of it.
Oh, you got me. Okay. Whew.
Can I make a listen roll?
Strange
Or to see
Sasquatch fanfic is the name of my garage band.
Yes.
To see if I heard that
Yeah, sure.
exactly.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. This could be a story.
No, I mean
Who
this.
knows who it was.
Yeah, it was me.
Well, yeah. Part of it was you. I mean,
I'm to blame. Well, Stratton's to blame.
Are you saying this out loud? Or?
I hope you're not.
No.
Okay.
No,
'Cause
but
I'm
I'm thinking it. I'm just like suddenly my mind is racing 100 miles an hour, and I'm gonna get up and go outside. I think.
all right.
Because I was going to ask her, Melissa, do you draw?
A little.
Do you think you could maybe draw what this man looks like? Have you seen him before?
I didn't see him. He did this to Abby.
Okay.
I don't go out that late.
Okay.
That's very smart, especially in a boom town. Where are your parents?
They're dead.
My condolences.
Is that your last name?
No, my last name is Deshan.
Oh. What? I don't know that word.
Sorry. It means I'm sorry for your loss. My parents are gone too.
Thank you.
All right, get some rest. We'll set out. We'll do our best to find her as quickly as we can. And I saw Elias go out, and so I'm gonna go out and check on him, like pulling my jacket on as I go out. Just I'm not getting much more sleep tonight.
I'm out.
I was like,
Jonesy
good.
is snoring like happily.
I was like, good. There's 2 more spaces where I can go sleep.
Jonesy's like in one of the cells.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll come out. Is Elias just standing out there, or?
Yeah, he's probably kind of pacing. You see him pacing back and forth. Maybe, and you see him make a decision, and he's about to, and he takes like 3 or 4 strides,
Elias,
and then stops.
what you doing?
I heard what Melissa was saying.
Mm-hmm.
That was me.
I wondered after what you said.
That was me.
I'm actually like pull him a little way away from the jail so that there's a chance that Melissa will overhear this.
I mean, we gotta go off as soon as we can. We gotta save this Abigail before anything happens to her.
Did she see you?
Yeah.
Then you cannot be the one going after her.
Yeah.
She's just going to think that you're there to finish the job.
All right.
I know the impulse. You caused a problem, and so you want to fix it. I get that. I really do.
You know, this is Stratton's doing.
I don't know what he fed us, but I was not feeling well that night myself. I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Whatever we're doing in this place, we got to bring Stratton down. Might not be today, might not be tomorrow. We gotta find a way to do it that's as lawful as it can be.
Well, when his first impulse is to put a bullet in the head of the kid that was stealing from him, I reckon there's something that we can find. But are we going to leave Pennebaker in charge of this town? I don't like him any more than I like Stratton. Stratton, at least, is an evil that you can see coming. Pennebaker's a snake.
Maybe Pennebaker needs to see his silver mine.
That is cold.
It's very cold. Well, I don't know. Maybe. But this is not a problem that we're going to be able to solve in the middle of the night. Are you going to be able to sleep?
Nope. It's fine. I can stay up. Keep watch.
All right.
I'll be outside, though.
I'll be near the window. If you need anything, just yell.
All right.
Do not go off on your own. Got it? No, I want to hear you say it.
I'll not go out after that girl, am I?
All right.
And that's when the building blows up.
I'll see you in the morning, Elias.
So at some point after hanging out outside for a while, I am going to go and scope out the town.
All right.
And try and get a lay of the land and find the best way to sneak up to Stratton's office. There's on the second floor, or is it on the first? Yeah,
it's on the second floor. Yeah. Yeah. So it's very quiet. The town is, there's essentially a hangover from so much kind of unreleased tension that has taken over, and nothing is open. Like everything is closed, and everything is it's 3:34 in the morning now. So there are almost no lights anywhere. It is dark.
So I have to have a lantern as well.
Make a luck roll.
All right. I hadn't spent the 10 luck in the disguise. Ooh, 17.
All right. Yeah. No, there's some good moonlight.
Okay. So yeah, so I'm just getting a lay of the land, kind of like, in my mind, trying to memorize.
So yeah, the second floor has like a veranda that his office opens out on. So you figure if you could get up there, you could get into the office. The question is, could you do it quietly? Yeah. You could give yourself enough time. You could totally climb up there, but would it be quiet is the question.
Gotcha. That's not for tonight to find out. But, and then eventually, as the sun rises, I'll head back.
Okay. So when you get back at sunrise, there is a guy who is knocking on the door of the jail. And so sort of as you get back, he'll be waking you up, and he sees you and he says, I have a telegram from Mr. Pinnebaker for the sheriff.
Okay.
And he like hands it to you and he like gets out of there.
Sounds good. I knock on the door and go, it's Elias.
I'm waking up, sitting up, kicking my feet back on the ground. Come on in, Elias. It ain't locked.
Open it up. Pennebaker, telegram.
Oh,
I don't know why he would telegram you. Seems odd. Wonder if it's a Morse code.
Because he's a rich prick who has to go and show things off. No offense, Abe.
I'm like,
That wakes me up.
So the telegram is very simple. It just says, I pick Sven.
Interesting.
And then it says, you tell him.
Okay. I'll read it over a couple of times and then fold it up, slip it in my pocket.
You have to show that to Sven.
What game do you reckon Pennebaker's running to have Stratton's loyal person?
Well, it means it's not impartial. It means that it's all one-sided and it's a sham.
Either that or he doesn't want Sven hanging around him anymore.
No, I think Elias is right.
Well, Sven would still need to accept it, right? He's not one of Pennebaker's men.
It's true. And that isn't the terms of the agreement.
mm-hmm. And that's going to ruffle Stratton's feathers, and that's why he did it. So that Stratton loses one man, like Stratton's man has to report to Pennebaker.
If he accepts it.
And he won't.
You can't just nominate someone and assume that they're going to. He's not one of his men. When does the bank open?
Bank opens at 9 a.m.
Oh, this town doesn't have banker's hours.
It's true. Right. You said he sent this as a telegram?
Mm-hmm.
Well, any telegram office I've ever run across has a record. Let's make sure this actually came from Pennebaker.
All right. Yeah, you head to the telegram office, and it is indeed a telegram.
Oh, we still have a girl in our jail.
Oh yeah, you still yeah.
So
And Johnny.
Yeah.
Before everybody takes off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, make sure that Johnny gets breakfast.
How long am I going to be in here, Sheriff?
There's some growing pains going on. We'll figure that out. Stay put.
What choice do I got?
Not a whole lot.
Who's the girl?
None of your business. And I'll like put a hand on Melissa's shoulder and be like,
She's still asleep. She's like,
okay.
She does not get up early in the morning. It's like 6 a.m. It's very early.
Yeah. We're gonna have to wake her up. So yeah, I'll gently like crouch down next to her, put a hand on her shoulder, and gently shake her.
Okay. Abigail, let me sleep.
Up and at 'em.
Sheriff, sorry.
No worries. We're heading out to start our morning. I didn't figure you'd want to wake up here alone.
Can I stay here?
I'll glance over at Johnny in the cell. Say, well, you're welcome to, but it'll be with that fella.
Is he nice?
Yeah, he's all right.
Like, let's see if she knows.
Yeah, I'm in the background.
Oh, she rolled 100. He seems nice.
No, you want to leave both of these people? Okay.
Look, until I can get deputies sworn in, this is
And as you say that, Pete is at the door. Sheriff, Sheriff, it's Pete.
Morning, Pete. Let's you and I take a walk. This way.
Okay.
Come on.
Hey,
Go.
Abigail.
No, she's Melissa.
Hey, Melissa. They look a lot alike.
I'm sure they do. I'll walk with him a little ways and be like, all right, why is your nickname Sneaky Pete? Boy, oh, do not lie to me.
Well, I used to be a gambler, Sheriff, and my dad was a preacher, and I had to sneak out to go and gamble.
All right.
And my dad didn't like that, and he tried to stop me one night, and we got in a fight, and my dad fell down the stairs and died, broke his neck. I didn't push him, Sheriff. I did not kill my father. I don't care what you heard.
All right. I would very much like to psychology that.
Yeah, you can try. He is clearly upset.
Yes, but also I don't think he's that good an actor, but I want to settle it in my own mind. 36. Yes.
All right.
I will eventually learn what my stats are.
He is so really, he is very forceful about this point.
All right.
And he's like very upset.
All right. Well, if there's anything that I've learned, there's always a chance for redemption. No, I don't believe you had anything to do with your father's death, but I appreciate you telling me the truth.
Who called me that?
Take a wild guess.
Mr. Stratton?
No.
Sven?
Nah, Pennebaker had a few things to say.
I never met that man in my life. Why would he say such mean things?
Young man, I hate to have to be the one to tell you, but this was not a very comfortable appointment for me or for you. And you're going to be in the middle of a whole hell of a lot of things if you stand as my deputy. I'm warning you now. You have a chance still to back out. You haven't taken an oath.
Oh, no, Mr. Stratton won't let me do that.
All right. Well then, things are not going to be comfortable, and you better be aware of that.
Okay.
All right.
I'll do my best, sure.
Stand for what's good. Stand for what's right. We'll figure it out somehow.
That doesn't sound like the law I know.
Well, you said you know what's good and you know what's right. Right? That's what you said to me.
Yes, ma'am.
That's where the law begins. And I'll work on teaching you.
Not what Mr. Stratton says.
Well,
he hates lawyers. He hates the law.
Well, he's gonna have to get used to the law because I know the law. Not as well as them fancy Eastern lawyers, but I know the law.
Oh, he hates lawyers.
Can't say as I blame them. They're twisty little fuckers. But lawyers.
So yeah, you give Pete an oath that you know, and he swears in as a deputy, and he'll watch the jail while you guys go and do your morning stuff.
Thank you. Yes. All right.
So did you mention to the rest of us about this young girl and her
As,
sister?
as soon as you guys are awake,
Yeah.
I'll fill you guys in and be like, we have got to find
go.
that girl.
Yeah.
And she gives you, like I said, detailed directions. Like, when you see the red tree,
Oh, not the red forest.
And it's only a couple miles out of town. Like we could get there pretty quickly on horses.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's unfamiliar territory, so it'll take a little while, but
But we have obsessively written directions.
it's true.
Hang on, that's at the Sasquatch.
Can we leave a little bit after 9?
He wants to go to the bank. He wants.
Yes.
If we go out fast enough, we might get back before the bank opens.
Yeah.
Let's hurry then.
He knows that is. You know that you can. You don't even need to make a psychology roll. There's no way you're getting back quickly from this.
I mean, Susanna intends to go get the girl and come back quickly, but
Life doesn't work out that way.
not
Right.
usually. I mean, if you want, Elias, I'm going to recommend you sit this one out. And you know why.
Why?
Does he has to go to the bank too?
The that night that Stratton gave us the angry juice.
The angry.
Alcohol.
Sure.
It's called
It's
alcohol.
called alcohol.
Yeah,
Just because it makes you angry doesn't mean that.
it was.
No, it was.
No,
Yeah.
Elias is right. There was something off about whatever we ingested that night because I wasn't feeling well, and I got a pretty good stomach, and I was not feeling well, and you three, you all were ready to murder someone.
And I was very close.
It was a full moon.
We've all been there.
Yeah,
Is it waiting give us now? Is that why the light
Yeah.
was so nice?
exactly. That's exactly why.
Jared's still trying to gauge how sane you all are. And you're just talking about that night that you drank and like, I just wanted to murder someone. It's
No,
like,
and I look at Elias because Elias and I had kind of that one moment where we saw
Yeah.
each other, and I said, "Yeah, okay,
And
you stay here."
yeah, and she saw you. She's not going to come back with us if she thinks that you're going to stab her and finish the job.
You were threatening little girls?
Well, she's
I
older.
was not in control of anything. It wasn't anything I was doing.
No, that was
Do you
very
not
bad.
remember, Abe? You were a short fuse on a big old stick of dynamite that day too.
Tuesday?
Worse than I've ever seen you, and
Just-
I've known you for
Just
a minute.
because I'm in a shitty mood stomping around. I mean,
No, it was it was too much. It was too much.
I was very sure that Jonesy was going to put a hammer through my head at one point.
Why don't you just wear your dress?
I think Eliza's on the case.
Oh my God.
I take it back. I think Eliza's on the case is the name of every episode.
Yep,
from now on.
yep. God.
Eliza.
I think
And Jonesy.
we're gonna make the first like teen lit detective trans detective novels.
Oh God. Yes.
I'm so here for this.
This is awesome.
I think Eliza's on the case.
Yeah.
It's Eliza. I was about to call you Elsa.
That's a
The nice
different.
thing about Elias is
different.
that it turns. The nice thing about Elias is that it turns into so many girls' names.
Or even Alias. I mean, come on.
Why do you do this to me?
All right, so yeah,
Come on, Side Santa, let's go.
are you gonna like go get Swen, or are you gonna just head out to the cabin?
yeah,
No,
you
it's-
have to get all that stuff sorted out first. I should go.
Yeah, yeah.
You should get the deputies set up for while you're gone. You don't want to leave the town undefended.
You're gonna work on your makeup skills.
Yes, I'd love to roll some skills. Yeah, Jared's right. We got to solve one thing before we jump into the next.
But there's a girl he's out there. She's out there.
There's an entire town. And the bank doesn't open until 9.
Well, I don't know how early Sven gets out there, but he's not gonna take well to this, I think. And I think Pennebaker's setting all this up for his fancy ass lawyers to say this is bullshit. I don't get any representation. Wah wah wah.
You know, I mean, maybe we just cancel the whole thing off. Let him shoot it out tonight, and let's go to a cabin in the woods.
Oh, gee.
I haven't seen that film.
Yes.
It's good.
This is
I think
Nothing
I
wrong,
said,
you know.
I'm starting to like Pennebaker less. Not less than Stratton, but
As I said, Stratton's evil you can see coming a mile away. He's, for all he wants to be, he's no politician. Pennebaker, however, Pennebaker's a snake. And that's a lot harder to deal with because you're not quite sure where that bite's going to come from.
Well, so far we've stopped Pennebaker from killing a man. So
Stratton.
yeah,
Stop Stratton from killing a man.
yep. No, but also Pennebaker forming a posse to kill potentially more men.
He wouldn't have made it. He doesn't have enough people. That's why he wanted us on his side. So here is my question, I suppose. Do I go to Stratton and say Pennebaker ain't taking the deal? He's playing a fool's errand. Deal's off. Walk away. Or do I go to Pennebaker and say, stop it and stop playing bullshit with me. Give me someone you actually trust. Stop trying to set me up for your damn lawyers.
Perhaps we go to Pennebaker first.
Yeah, because Stratton, we still need things from Stratton. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Is it
Well-
the three-way split? Pennebaker, Stratton, the bank.
We got 2 hours till the bank opens.
We do have 2 hours till the
Yeah.
bank
Yeah.
opens. And that being the case, I think we hit Pennebaker first. And
that's what you-
tell him to stop playing silly buggers with us.
Or just let him know that if that's his choice, we're going to call the whole deal off. And
And
Or-
he can
You're
go
on
to
your
war
own.
tonight and lose.
Do you want to
I'm
go
fine
to
with it.
Stratton first and let him know that you've sworn in his deputy and maybe get some info that way?
Swarm in already?
Uh-huh. Pete's a good kid from what I'm picking up from him. Made some mistakes, but who doesn't when they're a kid?
Yeah.
we went to Stratton first last time. Oh, Stratton came to us. Let's go to Pennebaker.
All right.
All right, so you head to the Lone Pines. Let's see. Nope. All right. I was gonna see if Sven was already there. He's not.
Oh.
Little early for him.
It is a little early for him. You come in and you are shown into the restaurant where Pennebaker is sitting at a table with like a lavish breakfast in front of him. Like cutting a ham steak and giving a bite to King as you. Why, Sheriff,
Good morning, Mr. Pennebaker.
how can I help the law and order of the town I love?
I got your message, and I have to say, very lawyerly of you to set it up so that your lawyers can say you ain't treated fairly.
Why, Sheriff, whatever do you mean?
Pull out the telegram, put it down. Swen is Stratton's man. He ain't yours.
I was given to understand it was my choice.
It is, and you're looking to set it up so that you can annul the whole damn thing. You ain't playing fair either.
No one's playing fair. If you're playing fair, you're losing.
That is such an East Coast thing to say.
But true.
Abe knows what I'm talking about.
I can stand behind that.
So,
Abe, I can give you a discount on breakfast.
That's okay. I've already had a liquid breakfast. Thank you very much for asking.
Oh, yeah. Abe. I've heard the stories.
so I was filled in on what happened here. Apparently, you don't like the deal. Don't blame you.
I love the deal.
That's so.
Would you rather the deal be called off?
No, this town needs a sheriff, a guide, a North Star, someone to show us what law and order looks like.
I don't need a psychology roll to see he's full of bullshit.
Someone to finally curtail the violence that Jack Stratton inflicts on this town on a daily basis. And I can't think of a better person for that than, what was your name again?
Susanna Deschen.
Of course.
If you actually believe that, give me someone you actually trust. You don't trust Swen. He's Stratton's man.
Well,
If you actually say that Stratton visits violence upon this town on a daily basis, do you want someone wearing a deputy badge who has been the arbiter of that sort of violence? Or do you actually love this town and want to see some decent law and order going on?
I want to see Swin given the opportunity to rehabilitate himself and learn at the foot of a duly representative member of the United States the Justice Department hasn't been started yet. United States justice system. I want to see you take Sneaky Pete and Swin and make them paragons of law and order. I look forward to this very much.
Under my breath, I mutter, "They have in this town. They are paragons of law and order."
Are you going to use us as an excuse to cry to your lawyers and say you weren't treated fairly?
I mean, I'm going to challenge your language there. I don't cry to my lawyers. I pay my lawyers to make sure that I am treated fairly.
Same difference. You cry into your dollar bills and hand them off to them.
I mean, if I want to demonstrate that you are biased against me, this conversation is going a long way towards that. I am being very careful to use only glowing terms to describe how excited I am about this partnership that will take Stillwater to new heights. Unfortunately, you're being kind of negative. You seem to be playing favorites already.
Oh, buddy, you don't want to play this game with me. All right, I will tell Swen then that you have nominated him to be a deputy in this town.
Make sure you tell Stratton.
I certainly will. And we'll see what happens from there. You might not like the results. Good morning.
Sheriff Marshall?
You are having so much fun coming up with derogatory terms for me, aren't you? Tin Star.
Yeah, Pinnebaker will just sort of watch you go and finish. He gives Duke another piece of.
Okay.
I'm gonna get that dog away from him at some point.
Yep.
Yes.
Well, come on, you know King's like a hellhound.
Probably. All right. Well, I'm gonna look for. I want to go find Stratton first. I want to make sure that I'm not about to get shot in the back from this.
If we get nothing else done tonight, we cut to the bank It is 8:57.
Yes.
Jared is at the door.
All yours, man.
The teller comes out and he'll unlock the door and how can I help you, sir?
Okay, so I was told, I'm trying to remember because it was a whole episode ago, that I could request, was it compensation from the Pinkertons?
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. You could say like, I have expenses.
Yeah, expenses. Okay, I'm gonna say, $30. I think that's pushing it. I'm gonna march up like, yes, my name is Jared Reinhardt, and I am here to request the expenses that I have incurred in this town be paid for by the Pinkerton Agency.
Well, oh, are you a Pinkerton agent?
That's what I'm told.
Oh, well, that is exciting. We haven't had Pinkerton agents in town in quite some time. So,
Okay, yep.
so do you have, all I need is a telegram from the agency saying they approve the payment, and then we'll draw it and send it to their bank.
Okay, so I go to the telegram office.
Yeah, sure, you take care of all that. Yeah, and here comes, and the bank gives you, 30 crisp dollar bills.
The Pinkertons paid me $30.
Huh?
I've got it in my hands.
Yes, yeah. That is, the telegram from them approves the expense.
And it says that I'm just going over this in like kind of semi-disbelief. Like my name is on it. Pinkerton name is on it.
This says that's a J. You are Jared Reinhardt. Yes.
So they aren't lying. I mean, no, sorry, that doesn't concern you. Never mind.
Of course, sir. There's nothing a bank likes to hear more than talking about lying.
Bankers hear the weirdest shit.
All right, I got my $30. I'm walking out.
Well, have a good day, sir.
All right,
Make me a luck roll.
I'll catch up. I'll catch up with the rest of them.
All right, now make me a luck roll.
Yeah, I make it. 36.
All right. The bank remains unaligned.
Well, Jared?
Who the hell is traveling with you?
Jared Reinhardt.
No,
Yes.
because I'm Jared Reinhardt.
Yeah, well, Jared Reinhardt traveled with us from Kansas City.
No, I was.
And he looked exactly like you.
Until he turned into pink foam.
He was a little more concerned about money. Just a little.
He
though.
had $2 to his name.
Yeah.
Last episode, this Jared was concerned about money.
And this episode, he's concerned about money.
But I'm saying, like, would do anything for money. Like, you refused to, like, take my bags back upstairs for, what was it, $10?
He
Well,
gave
I
you
don't-
back money.
$5.
He
Well,
gave
exactly.
back. You
Yeah,
gave
you
back
gave
money.
back money. So
Yeah.
I honestly, the other Jared was a little less scrupulous.
I could work with the other Jared.
Yeah, exactly.
So a little less scrupulous, yeah, because he was an imposter.
No, he looked exactly like you.
He
Like,
was a very good imposter.
He's very
I-
good. He even sounded like you. Yeah.
Like-
So my
Yeah.
question is, when did you leave? When
Yeah.
did the other Jared get replaced
What
in our? When
Hold
did you
on.
leave us?
talking
oh,
about?
hold on.
I didn't. Like you two, I never met, so I
Jared.
never left you.
Jared, when did you get up here?
I get up.
When did you arrive here in Stillwater?
Yeah.
Ezra, when did I arrive?
It feels like a few months ago
Okay.
you were working with the Owens brothers, but when they say this, it's all a little murky.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like I walk around with a calendar, right?
Did you come up on the stagecoach? Did you come up in the autumn? What was
No,
the
I walk.
season?
I walk.
All right. What was the season when you walked up here?
Ooh, what is it now?
It's spring now. You came up.
Sounds like fall.
yeah,
Does that sound
Maybe-
right?
Maybe fall or winter, yeah. Although
You
don't
walked in the
remember-
winter?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't have walked in the winter. Yeah, I think it was fall.
All right. I don't know what in the fuck is going on.
When did
But-
Jared join our group?
A while ago. I mean,
Yeah, it's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
I mean months ago.
That's equally as vague.
Well,
But I'm on stable footing as far as I can tell.
so, and I'm going to glance around to make sure no one's in nearby earshot. We all work for the Pinkerton Agency, so we get pulled together when there's a job to do. And we got pulled together for this one and sent up on the stage
Mm-hmm.
with Jared.
And that's been what, like a week now?
No, the imposter.
I'm going to keep calling him Jared because he looked, sounded, and acted exactly like you.
That's why I'm calling him an imposter.
How could he imposter you if you've been up here for
I'm
months?
not the imposter.
Sorry. How could he imposter on you if you've been up here for months?
Somebody who knows him?
Why would they bother?
You have a twin?
No,
A twin you don't know about?
I mean, by
I
definition.
wouldn't
Abe.
know.
Do you have a twin you don't know about?
Look, I don't know what the fuck is going on, Jared, but there's been 2 Jareds. And I knew one of them,
Yeah.
and I
There's
only
one
just met you,
difference. There's only one difference between the two.
who he knows.
Yeah. He doesn't know me
There's
anymore.
only
Oh, I
two
thought- I was
differences
gonna say, I thought
between the
Goop-
two of you.
I thought-
I was gonna
Goop
say
was
I've got
the
like
difference.
over $100 of silver.
Well, that too. But
Yeah.
also, yeah, no, you're right, Elias. You bleed red, and the other Jared had a pink foam for blood.
So are we up to 4 things now? Still
2.
2.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
it.
and the silver and the money.
Well, I mean, the only real important things, because I mean, our Jared would have had the silver too if he'd been stuck in the bottom of a silver mine for months.
Yeah. But do you
Then you're
still want to
describing
work
me.
with us, Mr. Jared? Are you still going to work with us? Or are
But-
you going to...
Yes, I want to get back to the Pinkerton Agency, figure out. I want to figure this out.
Fair enough. But you bleed red. That's what.
Of
that's
course,
where the other one
Prove
did.
it.
He did.
I did.
Oh, okay. Let me prove it.
Again?
The other one didn't. There
I
was
keep giving you my blood.
there,
Did another ritual.
there was an accident in the mine, and he got sliced open, and he didn't bleed red. He bled a pink, like a beer
How did that
foam.
accident happen? What was that accident?
He does not get to find that one.
Oh, but when we went to when we were coming up here, we had a couple of things happen.
Okay, I'm trying to remember because it's been a few episodes. Did Jared tell us that it looked like the tree had exploded from the inside?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we knew about that.
All right.
I think that is separate from.
And he got
Maybe.
it on his fingers and he reacted pretty extremely to
Mm-hmm.
that. Like, oh God, I got to get this off, and got like the whiskey and
Well, maybe that was because he didn't want it to burn and pink foam to come out.
Entirely possible. But at the very least, Jared, you have a job if you want it.
we could get to another town over so I could turn in the silver.
Yeah, I don't think
You
you
might be able to
want
turn in the silver now. Who knows?
I don't think you want to take that to the assay office and have to explain where you got that. Because you said you work for the Owens brothers, right? Not Pennebaker himself.
Yeah, my deal was with them.
Well, then, I mean,
Yeah, no, he could say that.
they're gone or changed or
They're gone. They are gone.
They're
well,
done.
that issue has not yet been resolved. That mine has not been resolved, and Pennebaker's going to keep sending people out there.
I think we need to send a telegram
To
back.
Pennebaker
No.
about the mine.
To
No,
Pinkerton.
yes,
Dear sir, you're mine.
you should check out the mine. No, there is some. I mean, there's a lot of unnatural things that are happening right now in this town. There's drinks that make you go crazy. There's
That's
a
science.
mine
That's
with
science. That's
aliens.
Angry alcohol. Foam
Angry
Jared.
juice. Yes.
Foam Jared.
Well, you brought Foam Jared
No,
with
it's
you.
magic. It's too much magic here.
What? All right, you have used that word multiple times, Jonesy. What do you mean by magic?
Things that you cannot see, you cannot feel. They're not real. It's magic.
Like miracles.
I mean, that's just religion.
Voodoo.
Mhm.
So basically, you've described nothing. I can't see it. I can't know it. I can't hear it. So it's basically you're just saying it's nothing.
I mean, the how do you fight something like that? They were saying, and you heard them too, Jared, that they were survivors of a war with the Great Race, and they were not speaking. They were speaking as like a beehive, a single mind with a lot of bodies.
At the time, I assumed I was going loopy.
But
There are various legends and things that talk about others from other places and other.
I mean, it still could have been something in the air. They could have been loopy too.
I mean, maybe, but would it tie their brains all together so that each of them says a word in a sentence and the sentence makes sense?
They
They
could have
could not have
practiced.
practiced. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's theater.
They were dead when we walked in.
That's what you could have thought.
Found an improv troupe in that mine.
Yeah.
Like
I'm
not
sorry.
saying
I'm
And that other Jared might not have turned to foam. That imposter might have taken off his disguise and gotten away.
Ooh, a Jared suit.
he got his neck broken.
Or so you believe.
That is a very definite kind of noise.
Okay, so they're acrobat improvers.
I'm saying if you were hallucinating at the time, you might have
Well,
thought.
yes.
But just going around in circles and circles.
Well, and I think, Jared, that it is convenient for your brain to accept that we were just hallucinating, but everything that we have said so far has proven to be true.
It makes so much more sense than what you imply what you're saying.
No, I agree. I completely agree with Jared. I'm sure there's some scientific understanding of what we saw. Me getting angry after drinking, that's just the odds. Sometimes it's going to happen. Sometimes it won't.
No,
You just
somebody
gotta-
put something in it. It was something bad in it.
I've never seen Elias get so angry that he thought about knifing a girl in the back. Ever.
I don't know Elias that well in order to know that that's normal for him.
I know Elias well enough to
Sorry,
know.
buddy, but
I know Elias well enough to know that ain't him.
No,
He's
we saw.
done
We
me
saw.
right in
We
the
talked to
past.
each
I
other.
wouldn't.
Yeah.
I
No, we
wouldn't
saw.
expect
There was something. There was something more there. Those drinks. That you could science. People have bad things. I've had. There's belladonna. There's different roots that can do things.
Jonesy, you can't have it both ways. You can't go and say that it was science that made them go that made y'all go angry mad and say that magic was responsible for what was going on with Jared. You can't have it both ways. It's either there's a scientific explanation for all of it,
yes,
or there's magic.
no.
Yeah,
You can't have it both
actually, you'd be talking more about like natural philosophy
Right.
instead of
right.
science.
National.
There was
No,
science. I mean,
science.
Galileo and all that shit was
No, that wasn't science. Science didn't exist
Yeah,
until
they didn't.
we got into space and found out there wasn't an ether. And then we created the scientific process and scientific knowledge.
Oh, there was some things before that, though.
Sure, but it wasn't science.
But it wasn't referred to as science. is
All right.
what it is.
All
But
right, there may or may not be a logical explanation for all of this using the natural laws, or it's magic. And you can't have it both ways.
Yes, there is. There is
Yeah,
ways.
Me.
Sorry.
My accent's awful. I'm sorry.
Jensen's disease in the Wild West.
Not me.
Yeah, we have
Not
fight.
my shiny robot ass alive.
No, but it's true. There are some things, I know how to make fire and to beat metal and make it hotter, and all these, those things are real. And having a drink that makes you mad, that could be real. But having pink foam and things like that's not real.
Having a drink that makes you go against everything that you've ever believed. That is different. I've known Elias long enough to know that he's one of the most mild-mannered people I've ever met. His threats about dynamite notwithstanding.
Oh.
Kind of a new thing.
Well, I don't want to think about it anymore for today.
All
Okay,
right.
real Jared.
There it is.
And
Wait, did you call me real, Jared?
Yes, I did call you real Jared.
Okay, I appreciate it.
For all I know, you could have been the Jared in the Jared suit, then pretended to fake break your neck through the foam. I don't know. I'm sure there's something.
Pink foam
Maybe.
Jared suit.
Yeah.
Yes. Maybe it was.
Oh.
Magic.
Like the guy I saw in New York who got out of the handcuffs. Absolutely.
When was Houdini around?
1860?
So you have been having this conversation as you are following very detailed directions to the cabin. Or wait, you're going to Stratton. Sorry, you're going to Stratton.
Yeah, we were going to go talk to Stratton about the Sven's. Is it Sven or Swen?
So you've heard him called both.
Yes.
Okay.
It seems like on Stratton's side, he's called Sven. Everyone else calls him Swen.
Got it.
So one thing you notice, the town seems to be getting a little bit back to normal. The streets are starting to have action or people out and about.
And I'm definitely watching people as I pass them, watching to see how because I still have the star pinned to my vest, and I'm seeing how people getting the read of the town.
You're getting a little bit of a wide berth. People aren't sure what's, the new boss and all that, but they're not, nobody's yelling at you or anything like that. It's polite detachment is the rule of the day.
That is just fine.
Mm-hmm. So you get to the original, and as you're coming up, Sven walks out the door through the swinging doors, and he sees you all, and he looks at Elias. He says, "Ma'am."
Is Elias still in the dress?
No.
No.
Nice.
No. He
Can I
found
say
it.
ma'am back then?
Good morning, Sven.
How's
We
it going?
grab Sven by the shoulder and pull him back in as we enter.
You may want to be here for this part of the conversation, Sven.
Okay. And he'll come back in.
Is Stratton anywhere to be found?
Yeah, he's in his office upstairs. Here, I'll take you.
Brilliant, thank you.
And he goes and he knocks on the door. Mr. Stratton, it's Sven. The sheriff is here. Mr. Stratton. Mr. Stratton.
Fuck. Okay.
That's strange.
Why?
He was just here when I left.
I'm gonna reach around and try the doorknob.
All right. Yeah, the door is locked.
Mr. Stratton, it's the sheriff.
There's
You all right in there?
There is no response.
Look at Sven and be like, I think there's something wrong.
He leans over down to the area and he says, Jake, get Johnny and Pharaoh. There's something going on up here. And he looks at you and he says, excuse me, Sheriff. And he jams into the door.
Cool. I was going to do it if he didn't.
And yeah, he will crash the door open. And as soon as he does, you see he jams it open, and then you hear him go, "Oh God." Oh, and he fails a sanity roll. All right. So that happens. And he takes a step back. So he's he jams the door open and he takes a step back. And he will he closes the door immediately.
I'm gonna step up and put my hand up and catch the door.
All right, sure, yeah.
What did you see in there?
So much blood. It's terrible.
All right,
Anyone with a squeamish stomach.
Describe it in as little detail as possible.
Nope.
Let's start with the basics. Was it Stratton?
He's dead.
Let's go inside. I have first aid and stuff. I want to see.
Anyone with a squeamish stomach, stay out here.
I'll stay out there.
Me too.
Yeah, okay, all right. I'll take your advice.
Yeah. And I'll open the door and push it open.
All right.
Jonesy
So,
will go.
you come in and Stratton is cut open from his throat all the way down to his groin. And there is blood all over the place. It is very gross. Both of you make sanity rolls.
I just yell, "Is the blood red?"
Oh yeah, no,
Ooh, 1.
16.
All right, yeah, you both lose 1 sanity, but
16.
it's not that bad.
Yeah.
By the way, all of you staying outside, Sven is leaning on the railing of the of the stairwell and just crying.
Oh, good. I thought there was going to be chain vomiting for a second there.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I was gonna pat him on the back, just get it out of your system.
Hold his hair.
Crying.
All right, so this. Well, actually, yeah, that's so you open the door, and Stratton has a surprised look on his face, and he has been sliced from here all the way down, and a cross has been carved in his forehead.
All right. I'm going to step inside and glance at Jonesy to see if she wants in as well. Yep. And then close the door behind us so that no one else has to see this.
All right. You three outside hear the guys that Sven called starting to make their way up the stairs.
Sven, when you were leaving, where were you leaving? Were you in Stratton's office?
Oh, he pulls it together. Yes, he was right there.
So this happened moments ago.
10 minutes ago.
And was anybody else around after you left? Who was near the office?
No, Stratton sent me out. I was the only one up here with him.
They came in through the windows?
I'm going to go check the back, and I'm going to run out and check the back.
All right.
See if there's any footprints or large carnivorous.
Wait, I missed it. Are we on the first floor or the second floor?
You're on the second floor.
Okay. And what other rooms are up here? Or is it just...
So there's an office. His office, his bedroom, and his bath are up here.
Are they adjoined or are they separate?
No, so it's most of this is an open area. Mm-hmm. And the back of the building is his office in the middle, or sorry, his bedroom, his office, and then his bath.
Okay.
And so the middle one where you are is his office. Most of this is so that he can stand up here and look out down on the saloon floor.
Yeah, it's kind of like an open gallery kind of thing. I'm gonna go. So you ran away.
He's running down. What are you doing?
I'm gonna go check in the other room.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Jared?
check the bedroom.
Well,
Okay.
I'm asking, how could someone have gotten in there? Would it be through the windows from the outside?
Sven, I mean, there is that. So Sven says there's a veranda.
Yeah, we're going to go look at that.
All right, yeah, I'll take you to it.
Elias, make me a luck roll.
Yeah, stop spending luck. Does anyone want to inspire me?
I can do it.
That was a failure. Ooh, I missed by 5.
All right. Okay.
Spend more luck.
You can't spend luck to make a
Can't
luck
spend
roll.
luck on a luck roll. All right. So that's what you're doing. You're at talking to Sven in the room.
Yeah.
Where it happened.
Jonesy, first aid is not going to be a lot of help here.
Nope.
Get that out of the way.
Don't know until you try.
Yep.
So Jonesy, what are you? You're in the room with this horrible thing. What are you doing?
I'm going to look around the desk and see if I can see if there was an implement there or anything like that.
Make me a spot hidden roll.
50. Yes, I got it.
Okay. So you don't see any you don't see any weapon or anything like that. There are some bloodstains on the floor, and the one thing I'll give you made the roll, so you don't see any footprints, which is weird. And both of you make me luck rolls.
What's my luck currently?
No, I failed.
Okay,
miserably.
so Jonesy, you have walked in the blood.
Gross.
Susanna, what are you doing?
I want to get as close as I can to examine the body and see what I think would have caused these kinds of injuries.
All right. This would be the sharpest, biggest knife you've ever seen, like to carve all the way through here. This even it goes through bone.
So it cut his
chest, his sternum,
his sternum open. Yeah. So to a modern eye, it would look like a very bad open heart surgery.
Yeah. So you get that. The smell. It's like this weird iron blood smell. It's not great. All right. Elias, you run downstairs around, and as you run out, you are very aware of that veranda that you were scoping out last night. And as you come around the side, make me let's call it a dexterity roll.
All right. Yep.
All right.
Regular.
You see behind the building, there's like garbage and all this stuff. And you see that priest from the other night, dead drunk, lying in the garbage, clutching a Bible.
Does there appear to be any blood around him or a giant sword knife?
Nope, you do not see any weapon or blood.
Any other footprints?
Nope. You don't know how. He looks like he's been laying here sometime.
Okay. And he's asleep?
He's passed out.
Okay.
He smells of garbage and of alcohol.
I'm gonna wake him up.
All right, yeah, you'll start waking him up. Abe.
Yep.
Abe and Jared. 3 more thugs come running up. And they look at the closed door and they look at Sven. And one of them draws a gun and starts to go into the office.
I wouldn't go in there.
Abe, you have your hand on the doorknob to his bedroom, and another one says, "All right, you don't need to go in there."
But what happens if the murderer's in here? We need to look.
Murderer? Now they all draw guns.
Well, the sheriff's in there right now.
And so they're all gonna burst into the room.
I avert my eyes.
So at this point, I think we would have been trying to look for a window opening and stuff like that.
Yeah, so the veranda door is open, but there's no bloody footprints or anything like that.
Yeah, I think I would, but at that point, like I said, I've been trying to go out.
Yeah, I'm still crouched next to the body, looking at it and
Right,
trying
you're
to
looking
get
at
what
the
I
body.
can out of it.
And
so
so
I would shout and just be like, "Wait, you don't want to go in there and trample over
he's
everything."
like,
And
all
so
right.
I'm like, "Wait."
all right, so those three guys come in and they're just like, well, let's make a sanity roll.
Yeah.
Ooh. They do not like what the all right.
Critically fumble.
Those take cover like sounds coming out of it.
I'm gonna roll a d6, fight, flight, or freeze.
Oh,
1, 2,
boy.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
All right. Well, that'll happen in a second. So they bust in there. Abe, you're kind of going after them like, wait, you don't want to.
Yeah.
Jared is sort of standing with Sven, and you've got the preacher semi-conscious, and he's looking at nothing. He says, "It was glorious. I saw an angel. Glorious. And the angel of vengeance was brought upon the sinners of this town." And he's like foaming at the mouth.
Okay.
And then he like makes eye contact with you.
Yep.
And he looks at you and he says, "Oh, sinner, gaze upon the instrument of your destruction." And that's when you notice something moving in the garbage.
Trash panda.
I wonder what that is. I'm gonna tuck and roll.
It's a trash
Come up.
panda. Be careful.
Yes.
Yep.
Could scratch
They
your
get
eyes
on
out.
you, they won't let go. They're vicious.
Yeah.
With my dexterity, yeah, I'm gonna back up, fall into a roll, come back up with pistol drawn
All right, you draw a pistol on the priest.
Oh,
on the garbage,
on the
On
possum.
the garbage. Oh, sure. All right.
and just say, "Come on out, come out with your."
All right, you
Paws
say
up.
come out, and so it comes out, but it is floating. In front of you is a mass of feathers. Feathers in every direction, and there are eyes everywhere on this thing. And the
Oh.
preacher stands up behind it and says, "An angel! A blessed angel!
A biblical angel.
All the sinners will repent or they will burn." And that's where we're going to end it.
Damn.
And I thought my biggest problem was being sheriff of this shithole.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Problem solved, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Gone with
There you go. That's who you make the deputy.
By the way, if you have not, I implore you to look up biblical angels because they
they're
are
horrifying.
terrifying.
Yes. Yes.
They are.
They show up, and you understand why they always say, "Be not afraid."
So that's going to do it for this episode. Don't forget, Tuesday, it is the sense-shattering, pulse-pounding finale of the Chaos Agents. I mean, I don't want to give it away, but it was all a dream.
If that's the case, I'm rage quitting.
So, and then Wednesday and Thursday, Warren is back in the GM seat for more Carbon 2185. That's going to be super exciting.
Yeah.
And then we're back here on Saturday to see how do you deal with an angel? Isn't that a song?
Yeah. Angel
Let's see the quotes from this episode. You can't see this horse. I've done a little work with the dynamite. When you put it that way, it sounds weird. Conquer the world with sausage. his dynamite garter belt, we either say yes or start fibbing. Well, we either say yes or start fighting. Sorry, fibbing comes later. Say yes now, start fibbing later. There it is. My personal favorite, although I don't know how YouTube will handle it, is parasol in one hand, rifle in the other. So evocative.
Yes.
Love it.
It's full of guns in there. This is my childhood all over again. That's not what I wanted to hear, but I do want to drink. That one's also that's a good possibility. I was hoping it just wouldn't involve camping, which I also quite like. We're sleeping in the jail tonight.
Yeah.
Is this a good idea? Which
No.
is sort of evergreen.
No.
A way that's as lawful as it can be. Another strong possibility. I think Eliza's on the case. Do you have a twin you don't know about? And I don't want to think about this anymore today.
Yes.
I
That's
don't know.
fair.
Those are all. There's some
Yeah.
good choices
There's
there.
some good ones.
Wow, we got
Thanks.
late inspiration.
Late bits. Mm-hmm.
All right, thank you, Scala Grimmer.
Yep. So we'll be able to carry those over till next week. Cool.
There you
Oh,
go.
it works, right?
Yeah, we have
5.
now, I guess, 4 coming from us.
Gosh, I'm
So
gonna
there
try.
are 7 going into the boy.
Nice.
Ooh, let's hear
Stop
it for
giving
the
Ezra
boy.
bits. He doesn't use them.
He doesn't need them.
This is
No,
my
he
kind
doesn't.
This was my kind of session. We barely rolled dice.
That's true. There was a lot of role play, and my throat hurts. That accent hurts.
Yeah, I
to
know
make
my
you
throat is
for a
not.
while.
My throat is not doing well either. The preacher was a little.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, we will see you. And don't forget also March 3rd. Thomas is gaming for the Good Fight. He's part of Jasper's game. So go to the website that will be in the
description
chat and
down
in the
below.
description of this YouTube episode and bid on a chance to play a game with celebrity GM Thomas Cook.
Does that make us celebrities?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause if
I'm just a
he's-
hanger.
Is that like where the apostrophe is? Celebrity GM, like we're the possessive. We're the celebrities.
Celebrities
he's the GM. Yeah.
Oh, he's the
Celebrities
the
GM,
stars,
yes.
and
No.
you're the stars.
I think we're like T-list celebrities at this point.
Man, I'm moving
Also,
up.
you should join our Patreon, because one of the rewards that you can do for Patreon is play in our Guild of the 5Es campaign, which is, oh my god, it's tomorrow already, the first time.
It is tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Who's are you running that as well?
Yeah, so I'm running that tomorrow. That is Seth, Duke Fleeg, Squeal.
So the usual suspects.
Yeah. I think Lucifer's
at this
getting
point-
on that.
At this point, like Seth is on more shows than Tiana.
Bite your tongue, sir. I edit one of the shows that he's in. Speaking of redacted reports, check it out.
Yes, redacted reports, all sorts of good stuff. I think that about
it.
does it. So
That could
there's
be it.
Yes.
nothing left to say but goodbye, internet friends.